There we go. Trailer Park Girls.
Go around the outside.
One of the characters is your half-sister.
Oh, God. I want to be with her.
All right, Jessie. Is that... I'm assuming that's the mom
This
here.
is her. I don't think that's a mom. I think they're like park rangers.
Sorry, sweetie. It's stuck. Can't go any lower than that.
What are we talking about here? I'm already intrigued. Okay, Eve. I'm Eve.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to have to do default girl voice because otherwise I'm going to hurt myself.
Okay.
Is that
Go
right?
For it.
Oh, God.
I almost read it because I'm so used
know!
to reading tag stuff.
So do I do... I'm going to have to do this in a girl voice, I guess, right?
Yep.
All right. I click down on the switch. A sputtering rumble coughs from the window, vibrating beneath the rushing wind as it rips through the car.
It's going to be fun.
I click up on the switch. The window slides the rest of the way up with a smooth purr. I wouldn't call an electronic window a purr. It's purr. I click down again. Smooth purr.
Shit, my dildo's going off.
It stops halfway. Sputtering rumble.
Yep, there's actually a funny story about that.
I'm sure it's not. Oh, shit, that's me. God, this is going to take a bit getting used to. I'm sorry. Jessie laughs guiltily, waving it off with a shrug and a smile.
But I forgot what it was.
We smack a bump in the road. The car jolts up, tossing me
shit!
into the door. Oh, my God! I glance in the side mirror as we drive away from a pothole. Every problem in this park has a story, and there's a lot of stories.
What? The park makes me do what it has. With what it has, Eve. We're resourceful that way.
Already, we can't read.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm the first to mess up.
I roll my eyes as she gives a reassuring grin, but a reflection in the stupid, broken window tells a different story. I guess I should, voice her more who gives a shit.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of concern, rivers of coffee, and a decade of overwork. There might even be a small wrinkle encroaching on her cheerful round face, but I don't dare say anything. I'm quippy, but I don't have a death wish. Not yet.
Nothing's good enough for you.
My voice already given out? Yosemite this time of year is a mixture of green and white, where the winter snow still speckles the peaks of stone gray mountains and blends into spring's revived trees. I close my eyes and let the whistling wind blow onto my face, and for a second I almost feel like a little girl again, riding in the back of Dad's pickup truck as we zip down the roads of Tioga Pass, anxious to explore the next trail.
I gotta take more drinks.
Right? You get to just sit there silently.
Yeah.
But right as I remember the smell of the sweet fresh air, a van speeds past us, leaving a trail of toxic fumes. The memory is ripped away. The lingering exhaust resembles the similarly gray sky. Why did it say not a rape van on the side?
I interrupted your monologue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I do it to you all the time. And I have to wonder, if a storm cloud forms, but it doesn't rain, is it still filled with water? Or is it just hollow? Why would you wonder that?
It's literally made of rain.
Oh my God, it's fucking female Hisao. Static crackles out on the radio.
The situation at Wawa has been resolved. Over. Wawona, not Wawa.
Jessie peels the mic off the dash. One hand on the wheel, and she shifts to her supervisor voice.
10-4, fill me in on the details.
The reports just ended up being a 1056. White male, early 50s. He was stumbling around when I got there. Stopped discharging his firearm as soon as he saw me pull up. Looked like he was shooting at some bottles.
He got away in some white van. I scoff. Don't even try to hide it. Jessie shoots me a narrow look.
No altercation, but he didn't need to take a breathalyzer for me to know he was wasted. He's in custody now.
God, guys just trying to get a buzz on and shoot some stuff. Give him a break. I can almost see the bags sketch themselves under Jessie's eyes as she heaves a deep sigh.
It's only paperwork. All right. Thanks, Ernie. I'll be pretty late, so you can have the yogurt in the fridge while filling out the report.
Damn, all right. Wait, you still with the porcupine?
What?
I don't know why I changed his voice.
It's another guy. Leaned over his shoulder.
Yogurt? Yeah!
My teeth grit against each other. My shoulders stiffen.
Tell homegirl we already miss her moods. Hope that Tulum campers have good dental.
Hope we don't have to say that word a lot.
Tuolumne.
Tulumne. I reach over and rip the mic from Jesse. Shut your mouth, Hernandez, or else it's going to be your fat ass who needs the extra dental what. Jesse wrestles the radio away from me as Ernie cackles over the radio.
Just have that report on my desk by tomorrow. Over.
I'm still trying to grab the radio by the time she throws it back on the dash. Groaning, I cross my arms and stare thousands of tiny daggers out the window.
You're kind of a bitch.
I already had to change her voice because doing the high pitch was going to kill me.
Jeez. You know they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Why do you always take the bait?
Because if they actually cared about their jobs, they'd be angry too. Not that it matters. Nothing matters. Bleh. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. At this point, I'm not even sure I care anymore.
It's not everyone, Eve. There are people out there who still care.
Who? The campers? Because I can show you some rocks and trees that a certain artist thought made a good canvas.
Why are you just a bundle of sunshine?
I swallow the urge to spit. That kind of stuff doesn't get fixed overnight. A shadow cast over Jesse's piercing glare.
Neither did his fractured jaw or your suspension.
Damn! I slump back into my seat. Feelings of shame or regret are completely absent.
Badass.
All that's there is the gnawing emptiness that always snakes up to my chest and lingers there. Oh my god, she's gonna kill herself in an episode.
We don't know what's gonna happen in this game.
Right. Speaking of which, this is an episodic game. So this
Yeah.
is just episode 1 of I think 5.
Right.
So then the second one's not even out yet. So we'll just do them as they come out. Jesse's face softens. The tender expression reminds me of pity.
What happened to you? Used to be such a cute cadet.
You calling me ugly
You're
now?
freaking ugly.
What? I'm not still cute? Well, we're already doing it with this game. I flutter my lashes, then roll my eyes. Am I April Ludgate? You don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
She's a character from Parks and Rec. She's played by Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
Normally backtalk she works in the parks department and she's sarcastic. And,
Yeah.
Normally backtalk like this would get anyone from any profession fired, and secretly I hope it does.
This is one long-ass road.
I think we're going in circles.
It's that attitude of yours. I remember when you were energetic and determined.
She shoves me. Ah!
Be like that again. Now.
Kicks you out of the moving vehicle. They beat that out of me a while ago. Jessie frowns for a moment, then she grips the wheel and strains a smile onto her face. Her dimples look like tight drums.
Thanks, I've been working out. Then let's see if we can cram some of that back in.
By a transfer?
By a change of pace.
Floors.
I was thinking the same thing.
You'll love the meadows. It's a little chilly this time of year, but you can bundle up in the cabin, which you have all to yourself, by the way.
Just putting her in solitary confinement. Nobody likes you.
You can thank Ranger Smith's gin habit for that.
And the camping population?
And your little sister.
Jessie bites her lip. Her eyes dart across the road. Don't think you're clever. We used to
I thought
visit
that was clever.
Tulum. Oh God.
Toblerone.
We got to come up with an actual thing. We should look this up.
Tuolumne.
Tuolumne.
All right.
Tuolumne. Tuolumne.
Except I'm not going to know how to spell it.
Well, you could look up phonetics. Every summer when I was a kid, I know they have a campground here. I'll wait to click, but
No, you're fine.
I gotta take a drink.
I'm watching it. Okay.
She relents with a sigh.
It's mostly hikers and mountain climbers right now, since the road's just opened, but I'm sure they'll come piling in as it warms up. I expect you to do your job.
Great, more babysitting.
Remember what you signed up for. Babysitting.
Trust me, I do. Or I did before I realized the park was just the public's dumping ground.
That's why the National Park Service exists. We can't protect every square inch of land, but we can manage parts of it.
I scoff. If only. For most of these people, the parks are just toll roads. They pay to get drunk for a few days. They'll sit around the campfire and talk about how much they connect with nature, and maybe even write poetry about it. And then they'll leave the fire smoldering, forget to pick up their trash, and leave. Jessie cringes and and audibly swallows. She stares at me with this uncomfortable gaze, like something ugly she can't look away from. And the truth is ugly, so fine, let her. She puts on another one of her smiles.
Well, that's why we're...
Screech! That's why we're here, right? That's our job, enforcing the law to protect the land. Is that your
Listening
phone
to the
going off?
pronunciation.
Oh, okay, what is it? It's not playing.
Tuolumne.
Tuolumne?
Tuolumne.
Oh god,
Yeah.
okay. To all of me.
To all of me, yes.
Yeah, alright.
So it's not hard.
And then they'll never say it again.
Nope.
But who are we protecting this for?
We won't remember it either.
I stare at Jessie with flat eyes. We're all anime girls, so we all have flat eyes. Waiting for an answer I know will never come. Likewise, she side-eyes me, waiting as the radio occasionally crackles with a report. The same people who are destroying it. I lean back into my seat and stare out the window. And where's the justice in a job like that? The sun pokes through an opening in the clouds, but a sea of gray swallows it soon after. Jessie says nothing. I hear her fist squeeze around the rubber grip of the steering wheel. A knuckle pops, then silence. You can hear someone squeeze around the... She's got quite the grip. Keep her away
Rip
from
this
me.
damn
Achievement!
thing.
Yeah! This is on Steam, by the way. I can't stop. My throat's hurting already.
This is the most you've ever talked in a long time.
I know, the whole tail end of the last Catwa we did was like none of me.
Yeah, it was all monologue.
We pass a clearing and the forest that's been trailing us up until now stops. In the distance I spot the smooth stone peak of Lambert Dome. Sometimes we would make that hike when I was a kid, and when we reached the top I always felt like I discovered a higher perspective. Like how, that's how elevation works. Everything seems so small and the answers seem so clear. Everybody looked like ants, because they were.
And the air seemed thin.
And I wonder, and it didn't take as long to microwave my popcorn, and I wonder if I stood up there now, would it be the same? Is what I do important? Does protecting this land and preserving its dignity serve any purpose? And if not, does anything? By the time we begin passing families of pop-up tents and lawn chairs, the sky is dimmed to a deep gray. Slivers of blood orange and red glow out from pockets of open sky. We hook left and take a short beaten path. The tires crunch over the dirt and gravel, then stop.
I was just thinking, she's going to be like as internal as Hasao is.
I mean...
But we're not going to care because it's a girl.
Yeah, we're going to be like, oh, she's so nice.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah, so thoughtful and deep. The sky is blue.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god, we're the nice guys of YouTube. No! Jessie twists off the ignition. She forgot to put it in park. Birds chirp in the fresh silence that only breathes through the air when a vehicle stops.
I imagined her actually ignition the ignition out.
Yeah, maybe with that grip she may have.
Well, we're here. Can't go anywhere else now.
Oh god, what if this turns into a Friday the 13th thing?
It could be.
Oh,
I don't know what kind of game this is at all. It could DDLC us. Who knows?
Yeah. It's the same artist. I'm out of the car before she even finishes, dragging my luggage out from the back. Arching into a stretch, I take my first unobstructed look at the cabin. It sucks. It's a modest building guarded by a crowd of trees that extend far into the air,
How am I gonna fit in that door?
lumbering over the painted roof. Yeah. What is this, a cabin for ants?
Yes.
Nearly every inch of the cabin is built with the same sanded down wood. Well, it'd look terrible if it was different wood. It's inoffensively smooth. Tree bark has more texture.
I'm inoffensively smooth, ladies.
Not too small for you, is it?
God, if I had a nickel for every time I ask someone that. Jessie walks up beside me, twirling the keys around her finger. I glance over my shoulder. The campground is hidden behind a thick row of trees. Small glimpses of tents poke out behind them. Nah, it's perfect.
If I had a nickel for every time I wasn't told that.
Right? I wouldn't say perfect. I usually get it. Good enough. The wood creaks under our boots as we climb up the steps.
There's another station nearby, but they mostly oversee boring bureaucratic stuff. They'll leave you alone, but you might have to hand out permits if they're ever out for lunch or something.
Do I have discretion?
Not a chance, sweetie.
She shoots me down with a song in her voice and a spring in her step.
La 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 la. Knowing you, you'd have to tell you'd tell them to jump in the lake before ever letting them fish in it.
She's got me there.
Hew hew.
A hew hew hew. The musty smell of damp wood wafts into my nostrils as she opens the door.
God. Ooh, cozy.
Jessie flips on the lights and steps aside. That's one word for it. My face betrays my sarcasm, though, as a smile creeps over me. It reminds me of a shoebox diorama. All the space is utilized, and everything is exactly where it should be. From the fluffed-up bed nestled in the corner to the fireplace built with rock. It's like those tiny houses that people pay like millions of dollars for.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I would not like that.
I could live in one of those if I lived by myself, but I wouldn't pay like $1 million for it.
No. Oh, the bed is like behind the fireplace.
Oh God, that's kind of terrifying. Can't even make sure it's not like spitting out sparks or anything.
Right.
There's not even a TV. Well, I'm out.
Oh.
It's just a rocking chair and a lived-in leather couch that sits around the coffee table. You don't have a TV? What is all your furniture pointed at? Jessie slides her finger down a desk.
The fireplace.
Yeah. Then squints as she rubs it against her thumb.
Huh?
Oh, that's not a question.
Huh. Not as dusty as I thought it'd be.
The ghosts keep it clean. Maybe Ranger Smith liked chugging Windex, too.
We don't joke about that.
Well, if he was chugging Windex, then he wouldn't be using it to clean the place,
He
so it
almost
would
died.
be dusty.
Yes.
I drop my bags and frisbee my hat at the couch. It misses and lands lopsided on the floor.
Not unless he snuck back recently.
Oh, God. Sorry. Whoa.
Weird slow zoom. The hardwood floor bends beneath my weight. I need to lose a few pounds as I explore the rest of this cabin. Wandering off to inspect the stone fireplace, an unburned log sits on a pile of ash. Cobwebs weave around the well-swept corners and polished floor, as if they were intentionally avoided. This place is clean, but whoever the neat freak is must not have any guts.
I like cobwebs.
It's Spider-Man! A fuzzy spider trapezes from the ceiling.
Sweet.
I look to make sure Jessie isn't looking, then give it a tiny wave as it pendulums in front of me.
Oop, I'm just going to squeeze right on by you there.
She gives it a tiny wave. Does she bad at it, or did she literally just wave at a spider?
I don't know.
Like, hi, spider.
It's just a Midwestern spider.
My voice drops to a whisper. Apparently she is saying hi to the spider. Hi.
What's up, bro?
What was that?
Nothing. With a quick swing, the spider leaps away from me, landing in the middle of a trio of paintings hung on the wall above the dining table.
All right, then. Can she talk to animals?
Well, she can. They just don't talk back.
Oh.
Anyone can talk to animals. Duh.
Well, true. I'm sorry.
I'm an asshole, apparently. Arranged in a triangle, each painting showcases gorgeous landscapes and scenic vistas. Their location scribbled in a corner. No artist signature. I mean, you're in a national park. Couldn't you just put a window there?
Yeah.
And get that view?
It's so beautiful.
Who needs to even go outside? Yosemite, Zion, Yellowstone. All national parks and all beautiful. The spider... What?
They're going to transform into the girls.
Yeah, they're going to, like, ring girl out of the paintings?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's probably their portals.
Oh, God. The spider crawls along the painting of Zion. In this one, lush greenery sprawls out into a deep valley below, guarded on both sides by fiery red cliffs and mountains.
That spider's really getting around.
The Yellowstone painting is of a winding trail spiraling to the top of a mountain. Splotches of vibrant trees are scattered across the rich mountainside. Beyond it, flat plains stretch out into the distance before dipping into a canyon. And finally above them is Yosemite. I know exactly what this painting is of. You only need to take a few steps outside to see it. Then why do you have a painting of it? It's the breathtaking view from the top of Lambert Dome, overlooking all of... What was it? Tuolumne Woods. Thank you. I don't know why I can't remember that. From the thick forest to the Tuolumne River that winds all the way to the snow-speckled peaks of the Sierra Mountains. I've hiked up there so many times before I could probably point out exactly where we are. God, I wish I was up there now. I would scream my guts out. Scream until I was hoarse and no one would hear me.
Nay.
I was going to make that joke, and I'm like, it's dumb. This might be
Don't worry, I got you covered.
That's why there's two of us, so only one of us has to make the dumb joke. This might be my favorite of the three, but something feels off about it. After a bit more squinting and head tilting, I decide that it's not one of those weird 3D pictures. I decide that this painting is too crooked for its own good. The frame is so off-centered that if there were a hiker in this painting, they'd plummet to their deaths.
That's not a painting, that's a window.
With a soft grip, I grab the sides of the painting and begin to delicately, slowly, gently straighten. Earthquake! Oh my god. Did I just call that?
Creak.
A sharp squeak rattles through the air so loud I can feel it in the floorboard. Shivers crawl up my spine as I nearly leap out of my uniform. Yes, please.
Jeez, so jumpy.
Would you just stand there and stop leaning into me? Giggling, Jesse squeezes past the dining table and rests against the counter.
You made a sound and I must investigate. It's just the cabin settling. This place is old, so it's going to be a little noisy.
Her voice drops an octave. All that's missing is a flashlight below her face.
Kinda spooky, huh?
That's more than an octave, I think. Not really. The cabin squeaks again, and my shoulders tense. Jesse grins, thoroughly entertained.
Some of the past rangers stationed here always said it was haunted. Personally, I think it was just something in the coffee.
Probably all the gin.
Or the Windex.
Yeah. She picks up the percolator off the stove and rattles it around, flipping open the lid. She pulls out a small bag of cocaine, a small bottle of bottom shelf gin. Our tax dollars at work.
You know it. Just be happy we're not privatized yet. Make sure to recycle this later.
I don't pay taxes. She hands me the bottle and tampers off towards the cabinet. I set it back down on the counter and follow behind. I'll drink you later.
Excuse me? Question.
Tell me what you think about me.
When was the last time you were at the range?
To shoot? God, I don't know. Scratching my head, I think back to the last time I unholstered my sidearm. I'm pretty sure park rangers don't carry sidearms.
These ones do.
Maybe they do, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Despite the faint temptation from being surrounded by obnoxious campers, it's about as rare as an eclipse.
Her sidearm is a crossbow.
About a year ago, I guess, when you dragged us all down there on our off day to practice. She unlocks the cabinet, leaving the key in as she opens the door. A slender gun leans against the back.
An off day for you guys, maybe. I'd kill just to have one weekend off.
The words slip out of her, and as soon as they do, she glances at me, then the gun.
I didn't mean like, I won't actually...
I stare straight through her as she fumbles around with her words. Russian roulette time.
Unless you get out of line.
She coughs.
Anyway, what we have here is your standard issue pump action Remington 870. Also known as a shotgun.
A bright sheen glistens off the gun, both the butt and the pump sharing the same glossy wood finish.
Me or the gun?
Like it's a little weird. Like I know those are the actual technical terms for the parts of the gun, but it's weird in that content. Both the butt and the pump sharing the same glossy finish.
Thanks, I oil it.
Fancy. This actually doesn't look like it'll fall apart in my hands.
I will, though.
My eyes drift to the desk radio that was assuredly used by Navajo codebreakers in World War II.
Count on the DOI to have their priorities straight. When have I ever turned down new equipment?
Judging by the bedroom eyes she's giving the gun, I think the answer's pretty clear.
That's one gleamy butt.
Yeah. Pump that butt. Still, this is a bit excessive. I don't need this much heat for grunt work. A sidearm and a shotgun? What is this, the 4th of July?
It's just a precaution. Hopefully you never have to use it. It's not like everyone is asking you to carry it around on patrol, which I expect you to do every day.
Like, I think this was made by Americans, right?
I would guess probably yes.
Yeah, but it almost seems like it's Americans pretending to be Japanese people not knowing how Americans are with firearms or something. Because it's like, oh, those guns, 4th of July, pow, 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 pow.
America!
Yeah. Did you already read this?
I already read that.
Okay, sorry. Can I do that before sunrise so I don't have to talk to anyone, ever?
Absolutely not. I will not allow you to be a weird forest hermit under my watch.
I'm just gonna make you live alone in a cabin in the forest.
So you're a weird forest hermit. You need to have some positive experiences, okay?
Like shooting someone.
Yeah, we have guns and gin. What else do you need?
My mind blanks out.
America!
Here's your 50 cheeseburgers. My mind blinks out into a field of static as Jesse's tangent gains more momentum. As my thoughts wander, I start to hear more noises. The creaking of the cabin, the howling of the wind, the guy I've got locked in my trunk, then actual howling.
Oh, God.
Wait, actual howling? If Jessie heard it, then she's ignoring it.
Time
and
for guns.
As her ranting continues to go places entirely unrelated to my misanthropy. Misanthropy. Yeah, okay.
Misanthropy?
I don't know. That sounds like that's how you should say it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. Scratching begins to scuff at the door. Jesus. At first, it's as soft as a whisper and could maybe even be a branch or leaves. But the longer it goes on, the faster it gets. And soon it's desperately clawing into the wood.
Oh, God.
I break away from Jessie, tiptoeing to the door.
What happened to the spider? Hey, don't walk away. I'm scolding.
Shh! I hush her with my finger to my lips.
Don't shush me.
We go silent! Twisting the cold knob, I ease open the door. Nothing.
Yep.
Yarp! A yelp squeaks out below me. I look down and come face to face with the love of my life. An adorable puppy. That's got some weird ears.
That's a puppy?
I thought it was like a fox thing. Its floppy ears barely reaching my ankles, pants in front of me. Its small paws scratching my boots. Oh my God, buddy. I drop to one knee. My heart melts as I stroke its soft fox red fur.
So does Fox.
What are you doing here, pup? Huh? Are you lost?
A woo. Yep.
It's gonna be like the most bland dog. As if answering me, he gives a tiny howl, but it breaks into a yelp. With a whine, he snuggles to my knee. I'm dead. This is heaven, and I'm dead.
Oh, no. Eve, get away from that.
Sprinting
She
from
just shoots it straight in the face.
doesn't even say anything, just shoots past your head and blows its head off. Sprinting from across the room, Jessie charges at the door. I do my best Matador impression and dive out of the way. Jessie stomps on the floor, her boot inching closer to Pup with every loud thud.
Shoo, get out of here. Get.
Jesus. Like grabs it by the neck and starts wailing on it. Jesus. Pup yeps back,
Yep.
briefly challenging it. Yup. But whenever that giant merciless boot lunges forward, his compact frame lunges back. The fight continues onto the porch. With one last growl of defiance, Pup scampers off into the bushes.
You bitch.
His ears poke above the leaves as he stalks us from the brush. What the hell? He wasn't doing anything. You scared him.
Good. Maybe it'll stay away then.
Are we on time?
We're done now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I clicked. Fuck. I can glare at Jessie like she's the devil incarnate, because she is.
That's right. Plot twist.
Jesus.
We're kicking dogs and everything.
Don't
not
give me
kicking
that
dogs.
look.
Or foxes.
Yeah, possibly a fox. I reinforce my gaze with more steel.
Orphaned coyote pup.
Okay.
There you go.
Started coming around the camp, and Smith, in his infinite wisdom, decided to feed it.
I glance toward the bush again, but by now he's gone, hiding somewhere in the shadows as the sky darkens.
I'm right over here.
I'll need to set out a dish for him later.
Don't.
I didn't say anything. Jessie scolds
I
me
can
with a
read
single
minds.
wag of her finger. Did she read my mind?
Yes.
I didn't say anything.
But you thought it, and if you have any sense, you'll...
Right in your face. You thought it. I know you thought it.
I can see it in your eyes.
She pauses, glancing up as the last glimpse of sunlight is snuffed out.
I'll lecture you another day, but for now, enjoy my breasts and your back. I have to get back to the station. Before Hernandez eats all the yogurt. I
You
told
gave him
to
that
eat.
yogurt.
Ha 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 ha!
With a nudge from her elbow, she starts for the truck. Yeah, kick his ass for me. I stare down at the scuff marks on my boots, tracked with dirt and dust from all 1,200 miles of the park. Not nearly as polished or shined as Jesse's, or even that gun.
What's wrong? I thought you loved Ernie jokes.
It's nothing. I'm fine. In the far reaches, behind the cover of the trees, I see the orange glow of a campfire. The muffled chatter and laughter of the campers carries from across the woods. I hate happiness. A tender smile spreads across Jessie's face. She sweeps me under her arm and into a hug.
Hug.
I think of breaking away, but her gentle warmth is nice. And it's kind of cold out.
Let's get naked so we'll stay warm.
Yeah.
You're gonna do fine, sweetie.
Yeah, until I bust open the next guy. I rest my forehead against her badge, the edges dig into my skin.
Liquor cabinet's over there. Hey, don't think like that. I didn't vouch for you because I thought you'd make the same mistake twice. You're a good ranger, Eve. If more of us were like you and cared more about what's around us and less about our pensions, then the force would be better off.
The force?
I almost
Not
said-
cops.
I almost said forest.
Well, I mean, that would work.
This will be good for you. If you can straighten yourself out here, then you can do anything. So try to have some fun, okay?
Okay. I grumble it out. She has too much faith in me. Maybe all of that was true at some point, but now I can take or leave the pension and the land. None of it matters. Not to the wigs at the top, not to the public, and not to me.
This is all natural.
Jessie swings an arm around my shoulder and just sucks me out of the house apparently and walks us to the truck.
And besides, I'm just a radio call away if you ever miss me. I'll call every day to check in.
Yay. Can't wait. She climbs into the truck and starts it up. The revving of the engine is so loud, I expect it to shake off all the rust that's carved itself into the bumper.
No slacking off now.
I mean, what the hell else am I supposed to do? She drops the keys in my hand and shuts the door. The headlights streak in the night air, beaming against the silhouetted cabin. The window rolls down, all the way down. With a confident smirk, Jessie tips the brim of her hat.
And Eve, you're wrong.
About what?
Oh, hey, we got a notebook.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to read notebook stuff now too.
You gotta write poems.
Oh no. It might have actually been pointed if that was the last thing she said before leaving, but it hadn't even been 10 minutes when she drove back and barged through the door in a panic. She left the key to the station on the lanyard she gave me, and the key to the library, and the key to the toll booth for the south entrance. I swear, Teddy, with how seriously that woman takes her work, she has no right to be as airy as she is. Oh no.
Is there actually like...
Oh god, I need to...
Oh, did you...
I just
I
need to
figured
click.
like you clicked on each tab.
I did too, but it's just clicking forward. I mean, why would they do it like this then? What is this for? Though I guess I'd start to slip a little too if I were working an endless stream of hours and got as little acknowledgement as she does and was an airhead. After 4 years, it's hard not to respect her.
Well, hey, that was uncalled for.
It's my diary. You're not allowed to see this.
I can read your thoughts.
There's not a moment where she isn't on a call or filling in for someone or blazing through reports. Yet somehow she manages to stay as bubbly as dish soap. How is she able to stay so peppy and motivated? I can't figure it out, and I doubt I ever will. Anyway, that's enough
I do
about...
keto.
That's enough about Jessie. I swear I write about her at least twice a week. I wonder why. Let's talk about my newly assigned post, Teddy. Who the fuck is Teddy? The cabin itself is fine. Oh, wait.
I was gonna say probably a bear.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's a picture of a bear on the front of this. The cabin itself is fine. Definitely more my pace than where I was before. The furniture is old and cheap and perfect. I'm looking to the last bit of rain for the season, so I can feel the warmth of the fireplace and listen to the raindrops patter against the roof as I doze off on that lumpy couch. If it weren't for the circumstances, it might even be a dream come true. God, she even has Hassal paragraphs.
She does. They're just in a notebook instead.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I know why I'm really here. And deep down, regardless of her comforting words, Jessie knows why I'm here too. Teddy, the fact of the matter is this. I'm here because I snarked off one too many times. Cracked one too many jaws. I can't choke back the last speck of pride about what it is I do, and that makes me a problem. No matter how hard I try, I can't detach myself. Not completely. There's still a small spark, and all I want is to snuff it out. And that's why I'm here, for penance and training. Call it what you will. A new post, a live-in job, but I know what it really is. A purgatory. She's dead. She's been dead the whole time.
She did say she died.
Yeah. My pen hovers above the page, inches from carving my thoughts into stone. Once that happens, they can't be taken back. I've lost my eraser. It's a scary thought. Sighing, I drop the pen and reach for my mug, but instead of the lukewarm coffee I've come to tolerate, all that's left is a brown ring crusted around the bottom.
Man, your life just sucks, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Got that fire going, though. Poor spider.
It's too hot. Fire's too hot. And I got a headache. I got this sore in my mouth. And it would go away if I
It's
just...
my time of the month.
Yeah. I stretch out of the chair and let out my longest yawn in at least 20 minutes. Maybe even 30. I drag my carcass to the stove and pour myself the last cup of coffee from the percolator. Steam rises from the mug.
It's a weird word to use.
Yeah. The coffee is thick and sludges around like motor oil. Overcooked and bitter. It almost tastes like it too. But I'm not a snob, and coffee is still coffee, even if a gas station could whip up a better brew. And a percolator works as well as anything else. Besides, there's a charm in that, isn't there? Enjoying things that are inferior and outdated. I mean, that's how I get by in my dating life.
I was just gonna say. It works for me.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
I'm forced to stare at my reflection as I sip the coffee, but it soon turns into a foggy murk, and I can't see anything. It's all that oil seeping into the surface, a gross thought, but it doesn't matter as long as it gives me the energy to keep going. Journaling is hard work, maybe even harder than working for the Park Service. Originally, it was just a way to get out all the energy that was bubbling around inside of me. Butterflies, hopes for the future, dreams of making the park experience even better. Jesus Christ.
I can't
Someone
think
else
of
needs to
jokes
show
say,
up.
so I'm just sitting here quietly. I hope
Well, that's
all right.
fine. You just, I'm going to wear my voice out. But that eagerness morphed into a slow realization, and over time that morphed into whatever I am now. Journaling became time for sharp, focused reflection. It's a good way to cope. Some people drink, some people get high. I do both. I complain about everything to a notebook. By now, I at least have a dozen of them filled out. Teddy, volumes 1 to 12. I like to think they all share the same consciousness.
Having fun?
Yeah. Throat's dying.
I was gonna make a cup of coffee, but then I got high.
The cup warms my hands as I lean against the counter. The wind kicks the cabin, and if I listen closely, I can hear night's nocturnal whispers from outside, chirping from crickets, the steady shaking of leaves. Makes me realize just how thin of a barrier from the outside world this place is. A cramped, fenced-in box. The only thing keeping me from the same darkness that's out there is a few dim lamps. Small choir of laughter and chatter echoes from outside. Reality decides to give me a slap in the face as I open the curtains and peer through the window. A group of 4 shadowy figures trip and wobble through the brush.
Oh no!
One of them falls flat on their face. They laugh even harder than before. Clown zombies! Speaking of needing a barrier from the outside world. I stomp over to the desk and snatch the flashlight. Time to get the gun. As I march over to the door, I remember that I've changed out of my uniform into tattered jeans and a flannel. Hardly authoritarian.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Might as well just take it all off. Power
Right.
move. Go out there with a shotgun and no clothes on. They'll definitely listen.
Just like a true American.
Yeah. I reach... No, she'd just have to be in like tidy whities and that's
Yeah.
it. I reach over to the couch and grab my hat. Better. The brisk air kisses at me as I swing open, then switch on the flashlight. I shine the beam right in their faces.
She needs a Budweiser hat, though.
Got a thing of fucking chewing tobacco in her jaw. They freeze like deer about to be mowed down by an oncoming semi. Their light laughter...
Their light laughter?
Yes! I was going to say they're lighter. Their laughter quiets into a hushed chuckles, and the only one with half a brain tells them to shut up. One of them stashes a bottle in their coat. The one up front, the smart one, squints at me through the light. His shoulders relax, and he throws me a casual wave. Time to punch his ass.
Dumbass camper. Oh, hey, you on break too? Wanna hang?
1,000 more of these kids could mistake me for another student their age, and it still wouldn't stop me from lobotomizing them with my eyes. Oh, she's got a hat!
Oh, shit, she's serious.
I slip on my hat and stay silent. The Old Testament fear of the Abrahamic God shadows his face. They all shrink back.
Oh, God.
Do you know how many people go missing out here?
What?
I said, do you know how many people disappear in these parts annually?
47.3 per capita.
He looks to his friends for an answer. They shake their heads. He looks back to me and shakes his head. The entire group shakes their head together.
What? You said I was the smart one.
Oddly synchronized.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't.
His hands are raised in surrender, the embers of a cigarette glowing between his fingers. Another question!
Yes, ma'am.
Our voices bounce across the woods. Do you know how much paperwork I have to do if one of you so much steps on a pine cone?
Is it a lot?
Yeah, I don't do it, but still. His friends nod. He nods back.
The pine cone population is dropping drastically because of dumbasses like you. Yeah, a lot. Right?
Let's just say it's more work than you've probably turned in this entire semester.
Well, fuck you.
That gets a laugh from one of his buddies. He shuts up as soon as I shine the light on him. My eyes! Do me a favor and stumble back to camp, okay? I'd rather not have to explain to my supervisor how you all fell off a cliff.
Is that a threat?
The two girls hidden behind the others give me dirty looks, sluts. The kind idiots give to fast food workers. What? Wait. Oh, the kind idiots give to fast food workers when they're told that they're out of fries. I turn the flashlight up to the highest setting. They all let out collective groan as they shield their eyes. Go on, you heard me. Back, vampires. You can bum around all you want once the sun comes up. I point the light at the path back and brighten the way. He takes a few steps back and gives me a gracious nod.
Sure thing. Sorry for the trouble. Have a good night.
He seems like an okay guy.
Yeah.
I won't, but thanks. They follow the beam of light back to the path. One of them makes sure to flip me off along the way. Switch off the light as they disappear into the brush of trees. I hope they all actually do fall off a cliff. Twerps. As I turn to go inside, a spike of movement rustles in the bushes.
Oh shit, I'm falling.
I heard nothing. My body goes numb. I freeze, only allowing my eyes to drift over to the source. Nothing. Turning around, I creep forward, reaching for a sidearm that isn't there.
Oh, well, why wouldn't you bring that?
Just carry it on you at all times. That's the American way.
Yeah, that's right.
I step onto the dirt, the porch creaking behind me. Then the bush shakes with a surge of movement.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be him.
Yeah, I mean, duh. Well, a ball of fur explodes
Hey,
through
what's
the
up?
leaves. Its paws scrape the ground before skidding to a stop at my feet.
Yep.
Yarp! Breathing out a sigh of relief, I bend over to greet my prince. Decided to come back, huh? Couldn't resist my charm?
Come to save you.
His ears pin back as I scratch the scruff of his neck. I choose you, Evie.
Yeah.
He almost looks deranged while I pet his goofy-looking... while I pet. I was about to say, while I pet his goofy-looking
You
pupils.
pet his pupils.
Oh, God.
Ouch.
He would look deranged if you did that. Struggling to center with the whiteness of his eyes.
I mean, Evie.
You're an unbelievably giant dork. An ear
Well,
flops
hey.
over. If my heart had strings, you could play the fiddle.
You're getting a little weird, lady.
She's like cold and callous, but apparently an animal shows up and she's like, I'm in
Yeah.
love. She is April Ludgate. Sorry, I keep making those references. You've never seen that show, but just trust me on this one.
Okay, I believe you.
This isn't fair. I might seriously die. I
Well,
glance over.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, that'd be a short game. I glance over at the empty food dish near the door. He ate every bite. He has to be sleepy by now. Just look at that belly. It's so round and cute and pink. And
Hey, I'm working out.
and I'm gonna die from this. I just know I am. It's so amazing. She's gonna turn into like a valley girly
Yeah.
girl just around the animal. It doesn't take much to coax him in. All I have to do is stand aside and Pup sprints inside on his own, hitting every piece of furniture like a pinball. I usually offer coffee first.
Ping, 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 ping.
He nearly somersaults across the floor, and my dusty laugh actually gets some use for once.
All right, well. Oh.
Whoa, Jesus, her hat's alive! A gust of chilling wind breezes past me. It lifts up my hat, but I grip the back in time. Strands of my hair fly in the same direction. The trees sway violently, shaking their branches like angry fists. Clouds curtain the last sliver of the moon, submerging the woods in a darkness deeper than any sleep.
So beautiful.
Oh my god. The cold seeps into the notches of my spine. Shuddering, I rub the warmth back into me, locking the door on my way inside. Shh, shh, shh.
Yeah.
Shh, shh, shh.
Hey, what's up?
Is that Jason?
Yes. No, that's the coyote pup.
Okay.
He's sitting on the couch.
Yeah. Like thunder, Pup runs up to me as I enter. Then, like lightning, he bolts back onto the couch.
Cold out there.
I grab a pillow from the bed, then meet Pup at the couch. He needs a real name. His front legs stay perched on the back of the couch as he peers over it. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you didn't.
Watch me.
I snatch him up by the fat of his neck. He nips at my wrist, but it tickles more than anything. I now have rabies. I drop the pillow, then drop Pup on top of it. At first, he tries to wiggle free, but I keep the pressure on his back. He eventually gets the message and lies down.
Fine.
Jesus, maybe he's a wild animal and he doesn't want to be trained.
Yeah.
I'll get you something more comfortable soon. My leg brushes against the coffee table as I get up. A stray magazine catches my attention. Jeez, Jesse, did you leave this too?
Porno mag.
I was going to say Playgirl. What is this? A bag of lemongrass tea sits between the pages, acting as a bookmark. Yeah, I'm sure it's lemongrass tea. These weird, this weird green substance.
Sweet bookmark.
Let me just make some tea. Did she not have anything else she could use at that time, or was she just lazy? The cabin creaks with the blowing of the wind. Pup's ears stiffen in alert as he quietly gazes at the closed door. I look down at the magazine. A map of the park is paired with the article. Every exit to the park is circled in red. No way out.
Oh, no.
Jesus. Wrapping up your stay, leaving Yosemite.
Oh, hey, well, we beat the game.
Yay!
It's the end of the episode.
Yeah, well, it better not be. The night breezes right past me. Every time I look up, the clock has passed another hour.
Oh, okay. That's her sleeping.
Yeah, well, I don't think she slept. I think she's saying she stayed up all night.
Well, okay. Time passing.
Yeah, and the gap only grows larger. In the corner, Pup gnaws at his ankle. His teeth chatter as he tries to chew the fleas off his skin.
God damn her.
That's a good animal to bring in. I flip through the thick stack of pages I've written on tonight and weigh them between my fingers. Not a bad way to break in a new journal. The soothing smell of fresh primer puffs out at me as I fold it shut.
Ugh. Sorry. Is that your yawn?
Yeah. A yawn slips out of me as I shamble over to the bookcase. Light reading before bed is never a bad way to end the night, especially eerie nights like this. I mean, you just wrote, like, multiple pages. Do you really want to sit down and read after that?
Well, she does. She's
What?
boring.
Yeah, what else is she going to do, though? Frost has settled around the edges of the windows. A touch of fog strokes the glass.
Oh,
and
no.
looking into the darkness beyond it is like staring into the black of a pupil.
Somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, this is like horror movie stuff.
Yeah.
Warmth and comfort flicker in my chest as I run my finger over the spines of every book. It's oddly sexual. Accessing Yosemite. I'll access Yosemite. An atlas and guide. Best day
Well,
hikes.
I think it's one of the characters.
Yes,
so.
it is. Yosemite National Park. Corruption in the National Park Service. The Yosemite Mafia. Complete guide to Yosemite National Park.
Is she gonna come out of the book, or is she gonna come out of the pictures on the wall?
I told you it's going to be like the Ring Girl,
Yeah.
like, clawing her way out. Almost every book, brochure, and magazine here trails back to Yosemite. Other parks, or the National Park Service itself in one way or another. It's almost like we're in a national park. Even the few pieces of
No.
fiction can't escape it. Novels like The Yosemite or Yosemite Thunder.
Classics.
Yeah.
What park are we in? Tuolumne? Tuolumne?
No, I think...
Or is that where-
Tuolumne?
Yeah.
I think that's the forest? The river?
Oh, okay.
Are we?
I don't
We're.
know.
I don't remember what national park we're in. Are we in Yosemite?
Camp Runamuck.
She
Oh,
said
she did say it.
It was one of the
It was-
paintings.
yeah,
I can't
don't
remember.
which
It
one
was
that
like a week
either.
ago.
We're
2 weeks ago.
Stupid.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Looking over the alphabetically ordered books, I start to notice gaps. I have to assume it's Yosemite with how many Yosemite books there are.
Probably. She's talking a lot about Yosemite.
Yeah. Missing volumes, spaces between books, the kind you see at a library when something is checked out. Things only get more perplexing as I arrive at the bottom shelf. A giant cardboard box full of manga sits alone on the shelf, bursting with stacks of paper and folders.
I need help reaching it.
Balancing at the very top is a pink folder with bright bubble letters drawn in crayon. Milwaukee Research. Milwaukee?
Milwaukee. What's Miwok?
I don't know.
Okay.
Surrounding the letters are crudely drawn squirrels and toothy rabbits.
Crudely or lewdly drawn.
Yeah, those are some toothy rabbits. Some are colored in with precise strokes, never straying an inch outside the lines.
Damn, what you looking at there?
But others are so wildly scribbled in and trail so far outside the lines, I'm pretty sure an 8-year-old coming off of a sugar high could do better.
Yep, someone's dying.
Yeah, as I reach down to grab it, a drawn-out squeak sings from the kitchen. This is like a zombie thing. Or it's like Evil Dead. She's about to find the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
The distinct sound of bending hinges sends my heart racing into my throat. That wasn't the cabin settling.
It's just me, sorry.
Oh, God. It's Jason again. Just walks in.
I'm being the pup.
Oh, I keep forgetting that the pup is just like a regular dude. Pup bares his teeth. A low vibrating growl rumbles out of his tiny body. He sounds primal and large. Save me, pup. Sacrifice your tiny body.
Oh, my leg itches.
Just like earlier, his ears point into the air. He stares at the corner, and I follow the direction of his snout. The closet. Just a skip away from it, the cupboard by the sink hangs open, still easing to a stop. The hardwood floor bends beneath my feet as I walk over. Suddenly, I lose traction. My feet slide out from under me as I slip towards the counter.
This place sucks.
Yeah! I yelp, my forehead almost colliding with the sharp corner of the counter. I reach my hand out and grab it. The edge scrapes across my palm. That was a little too close. Who am I talking to?
You alright?
I give Pup a stern look, but he's still fixed on the closet door.
Something in there.
Did you do this?
Yeah, I shat in there.
I've just been sitting here. I haven't moved. For once, I hope the gross answer is the correct one. But looking ahead, a trail of water leads to the closet, and I start to think I'm not that lucky.
Sorry.
Oh, so I thought you said... I couldn't understand. I thought you said, so are we. I was like, so are we what? You can't just start a sentence. Muffled clips of noise whisper from behind the door. Heavy breathing, quick bursts of movement, then hushing. Surprise!
Yeah!
My mind flashes back to what Jesse said today. About this place. How past rangers thought it might be haunted. No, snap out of it, Eve. I slap my cheeks and push the idea into the far reaches of my head. There's only one explanation for this. Vampires.
Oh, that's not haunted.
One of those campers from earlier snuck in here somehow and is just trying to give me a good scare. Get
Must
the gun.
Be dumbass camper.
Yeah, they know you have a gun.
Yeah.
Don't they? Like you had it. Yeah, that's all it is, of course. Guess I'll just go to sleep then. What did I tell you morons about sneaking around? I project my voice, trying to muster up the same bravado my high school gym teacher always seemed to have. Yeah, do your stretches. Oh, that's real nice. You're trespassing on federal property. That's serious stuff. Come out now and I won't slap cuffs on you.
All the girls do jumping jacks.
No, you can't skip PE today. I don't care if you're on your period. The noise stops. I count the seconds in my head, but nothing steps out of the closet. Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you. I fire a warning shot over his head.
Just shoot into the closet.
Yeah. I stomp over to the door, making sure my steps are loud enough for whoever is on the other side to feel. Twisting the knob, I pull it open halfway. Good!
What the hell?
It is haunted! What's going on here?
I don't know.
Two pale
What
eyes.
is- What?
It's like the most Boo haunted house ghost. Two pale eyes blink at me, poking out from beneath a yellowing sheet. I slam the door shut. Oh crap, I didn't actually expect someone to be in there.
Well, I quit. Not worth it.
Good luck to you, pup.
Yeah.
I gasp as the bang rattles the closet door.
What the hell was that?
Another bang, as loud as a gunshot. The door bends from the hinges.
You're on your own.
Oh, God. I stumble back. My foot slips on another puddle, but I brace my leg. Somehow I'm standing. There's a final, explosive bang. The door swings against the wall. Every light in the cabin zaps off.
Okay, yeah, I'm out of here.
I don't want to do this anymore. Electricity surges down around me.
What's going on here?
The sudden darkness forces a scream out of me. Ah! I slap my hand over my mouth
Nailed
and
it.
swallow back the terror.
That was full of terror.
Yeah. Ah! Sorry if you're wearing headphones. Damn, they know where I'm at now. I breathe in quick, panicked bursts, then footsteps.
And then you die.
Whoa!
What?
It's an elf chick.
Sweet!
And a ghost.
It's the wardrobe that leads to Narnia.
Oh, sweet. Are you Mr. Tumblins? Or whatever the hell his name was? And through the darkness, the form of a towering silhouette begins to take shape, looming in the doorway. Puff's growl devolves into a series of vicious barks.
Holy shit!
I stand my ground, puffing out my chest and sticking back my shoulders. Ghost, intruder, bear, whatever it is, it's all I can think to do. I'll just shove my tits at it. That'll scare it. What do you want?
Seems like it's working.
I call out to the lingering shadow. The shape of its head tilts, as if asked something unexpected.
You do not belong here.
A voice rings out in the darkness, gravelly and dry, but also light.
Hey, alright.
Okay. Higher than I would expect a demonic presence to sound.
I think I nailed it then.
Yeah. Not that I believe it's a demonic presence or anything. This is my post, and according to my supervisor, I do.
Yeah, you tell that haunted elf.
Yeah.
We do not concern ourselves with the laws of mortals.
We?
Yeah, me and my pal Ghosty
Yeah,
here.
do you not see this person next to me? A dim glow flickers from the closet, illuminating the figure in blood red. Water drips from their soaking hair, their bangs shadowing their eyes. They stand unnaturally straight, as stiff and dangly as a corpse. Colorful patterns weave around their leather clothes, beads wrap around their neck. Oh, you're just a Native American.
Oh, it's just a girl.
Ah! A girl!
Oh shit, now I'm even more scared.
Yeah. I suddenly can't talk. The ghost in the sheet hovers past her, floating in the air.
What the shit is happening?
A shiver tingles down my spine as it levitates several feet in front of me.
I knew this was going to be weird.
Yeah, I didn't think it would actually fly. I just figured it was a little girl in a sheet.
No flea is worth this shit. I'm out of here.
Yeah. This has to be a prank. I'm getting punked. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Jesse and Ernie are in on it.
Leave us to our resting place. Yeah, I'm pooped.
I assume that was the small ghost.
Yeah,
so-
probably. A high-pitched...
Yeah!
Energetic voice shouts out from the closet.
Nailing this.
The tall figure kicks back her leg. There's a yelp as the red light around her flickers for a moment, then reappears.
Which one? The big one?
That's the tall one, yeah.
Now!
Thunderous wind hammers against the cabin. Her shout reverberates through the wood.
Do not look behind the curtain.
The batteries on my red light are going out. Please hurry.
Yeah.
A moan howls from the sheet ghost, muffled by the fabric. It's spooky in the same way a child making ghost noises on Halloween is.
Somebody with a red 97 sedan left their lights on.
As much as I'd love to, and believe me, I would, I can't do that. I'm already on thin ice.
She's pretty chill about this.
Yeah. You're ghosts and you're floating, but
Yeah,
I need to stay here. It's my job. Just slightly nervous with the one sweat drop.
Yeah, get out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't have time for this shit.
The tall figure stutters, and while I can't see her eyes, I can make out a deep frown.
Are you trying to reason with the vengeful spirit? Do you have any idea how ridiculous that is?
Do you have any idea how ridiculous your request is?
That isn't my problem. Basic
No,
instinct
you.
prioritizes survival over income. You understand that, right? It's not complicated.
Basic instincts get written over by basic training. Besides, it's not about the money. You're not a very perceptive spirit, are you?
You're the least fun person to scare ever. Silent.
She shouts in her brooding, raspy voice, but it cracks apart and she breaks into a fit of coughs.
Just shut up, okay? Shut up.
The bravado in her voice is all but gone. The vengeful spirit is now merely a frustrated one.
Her hair is floating.
If you stay here, then whatever happens is going to be your own fault.
The red light behind her flares up, tinting the walls with a blazing glow. Pup's barks return with killing intent. The sheet ghost lunges at me through the air, and
Yep.
Pup just fucking runs
Yep,
up and bites out her jugular, and it's over.
Yeah.
Well, guess that takes care of that.
Guard dog.
I spin around, diving for the gun cabinet. Oh, Jesus. Come on, Jesse, come on. Please tell me you forgot to lock it.
Whoa, hey, it's just a prank.
It's just a goof. It's like those YouTube videos. Just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. I pull the handle and the door opens with my momentum. Yes! I knew I could always count on you, Jesse. Remind me to take you out to dinner if I don't die here.
Okay.
The shotgun still leans against the back of the cabinet, undisturbed and untouched. I reach up and grab for it. The metal crushes my chest as I hoist it into position. Adrenaline pumps through me. I push down on the safety, wrap my finger around the trigger. Strands of hair stick to my face as I stare down the barrel. At my feet, the sheet ghost stares at me, now firmly on the ground.
God.
Jesus, this is
So intense.
directly in my sights. A ghost! Let me shoot it! America!
Are you kidding me?
My trigger finger shakes. I shake. The temperature of my blood plummets and my body freezes with cold sobriety.
Oh,
This-
God, it's a Death Eater.
What is is the pup her Patronus?
Yes.
This isn't what I wanted from this job. I never wanted to hurt people, to
You have
point
to-
guns at
you-
them, or punch them in the
You
face.
have to point at him and say Expecto Patronum first, or I can't do anything.
I choose you! All I wanted was to protect.
Oh.
The fabric draped over
Who
the ghost
died?
stretches back. Pup dances around its feet, its tail wagging as he tugs away the sheet like it's a game of tug of war.
It's clearly a girl under here.
Yeah, please don't shoot these random people. The sheet falls to the ground and I finally get to see what, or rather who, is attached to those wiry legs.
You almost shot me!
I almost shot an angel! How's that make you feel? Like a burglar caught in the act, she stands there, wide-eyed and trembling. Leaves rustle off her tiny beige dress, and there always seems to be more stuck to her. Even her long brushed-out hair has twigs and leaves shaped into a wreath, resting on top of her head. But more interesting than all of that are the pair of wings protruding from her back. Probably should have started with that.
Yeah. With that weird shit in her hair. Oh my God, she has wings!
Oh, that's how she's floating. Feathery and white like an angel's in a painting.
This happens to everybody.
A kid?
An angel?
I don't know anything about kids. Do they all have wings?
Yeah.
And a little one at that. I could scoop her up in both arms if I wanted to.
Please don't. What on earth do you think you're doing?
So tall. The shadowy ghost stomps across the floorboards, making a beeline directly for me. Panicked, I shift the gun to her, but she's already towering over me. Not another step! Her green eyes glare at me. In their intense anger, they almost seem to glow as she grips her hand around the shotgun. Do it, I dare you. I close my
I
eyes.
want you to do it.
You strike me down, I will come back twice as strong. I close my eyes and let my voice tumble into a shriek. Get away!
I need to become an angel like my little sister here.
I pull the trigger once. Oh, God.
Oh, well, shit.
Twice. Three times
times
a
a
lady.
lady.
I knew it. I knew you were going to do it, so I had to do it. Nothing. That can't be right.
Shooting blanks just like my ex.
My eyes snap open just in time to see her wrestle the gun from me. Let's see how you like it.
You suck at this. I thought they taught you goons better than to go around and point these things at people.
She moves to she moves to remove the bullets from the chamber, except there are none.
Huh, well that'd be why you didn't shoot me. And if you do, then make sure they're loaded. Did they hire you out of pity?
I glance back into the cabinet. A small box of shells sit discarded in the corner. Yeah, you don't leave a gun loaded in a cabinet. Of course. I slump further onto my back. This is it. I'm dead. Probably what I deserve. The little girl, paler than the sheet she was wearing, looks up at the bigger ghost. Her eyes swell with tears.
Yosemite!
She lets out a timid squeak and dashes behind her bigger friend. She wraps herself around her legs, content to stay only half hidden as she sniffles.
I don't want her to join our family. I don't want to do this anymore. Zion.
She brings the little one closer and frowns, watching small tears trickle down her cheeks. From far away, she looked like a creature from a horror movie. Unnatural blue hair with frosted white tips. Ugh,
This
weird,
is awesome.
weird anime girl. Her entire body drenched in that red glow.
This cost $200.
But after seeing her up close and watching the concern wash over her, she almost seems like a normal girl. Except the ears. Almost.
I'm Hylian.
Zion? Yosemite? Just who are you people? Her head twists back to me. My shoulders tense up. I scoop back, but there's nowhere else to
Would
go.
you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
Silence, mortal. We have haunted these grounds long before you were here. Oh, here, let me just get that for you. Sorry.
The red light from the closet fades away. The lamps surge back on along the rest of the power. So I guess they actually do haunt it.
Yeah. And we shall haunt them long after you've returned to the ground.
That's what you guys do, right?
You're going to die. Someday.
She pauses.
I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry.
I blink at her. She blinks at me. Is this Morse code?
Yellowstone?
Third girl.
Yeah, boss.
Oh, God. Is it the dog?
Yeah, just go. I don't know what she looks like yet.
Yeah. The closet answers back. She looks like a closet.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Want to tell me why the lights are back on?
You're going to have to, like, figure out.
Yeah,
You have to remember all these girls. I mean, I could take one if you want, but
Sure,
I've got...
go ahead.
Are you sure?
Take whoever this third one's going to be.
Okay.
I'll take Elf and Lowly Girl.
All right, so you got the Yosemite and Zion, and I've got... I can't remember what the third one was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, at first it was calling them something different, too, so I was, like, losing my mind.
Well, I got to do another girl voice. What the hell am I going to do?
I don't know.
British?
Sure.
I always do
You
British.
can always do something stupid.
I'll just do something more girly. Well, 'cause I flipped them back on, duh.
There you go, Paula Deen.
Yeah.
I can see that, but why?
I slowly reach for the gun. One chance to take it back, maybe even the shells too. 'Cause the jig's up. She's not buying it anymore.
Okay.
A teenage girl springs out of the closet. Her clothes are a colorful array of pastel, and her bright twin tails bounce up and down. She'd be the most normal looking out of all of them, if not for one distracting detail.
The yarmulke on her head?
Sprouting from the top of her head like a mountain erupting from the ground is a giant cone, flattened at the top, and various shades of brown. It reminds me of a volcano from a child's science project.
Well.
Don't stare at it, that's rude.
She's very self-conscious about it.
She's looking at my volcano.
I don't know why she's not wearing a hat then.
Right? Is it a costume? A hat? It looks like it bends right into her hair. See? She's already getting ready to flip your lid. The bigger one glances back at me. In my confused daze, I completely forgot about my hand hovering over the gun. Rolling her eyes, she yanks it away and slides it into the other end of the room. Goes off. Oh, I guess it was loaded.
Just get rid of this shit.
She squats down. With a flat stare, she gives me a flick on the forehead. A dull pain ripples through my skull.
Sorry, too hard.
Yeah, she's like a DBZ character. She's like super powerful.
That was only 2% of my power. I know you're eager to take my home away from me again, but let me sort this out first, okay, gunslinger? God.
I soothe my forehead while grinding my teeth into fine powder. No, not okay. How about you try doing that again? I already did it.
I will.
A slimy grin squirms across her face, and she raises her hand again, thumb and finger ready. I brace for the next flick, but before it can come, Pup hops to my rescue and lunges at her ankle.
All right, bitch, that's enough.
Get off my woman! She stumbles away in time, but Pup stands his ground in front of me, snarling. Heh, good boy.
Thanks. What did I ever do to you? I'd give you belly rubs and everything.
Slut.
Oh, she's the one that gets it to come back, not Smith or whatever his name was.
She whines. Pup howls. I think I love this little guy a little more with every passing minute.
Zion, sweetie, can you keep the fluff ball at bay for me?
The little girl, who has since retreated to the kitchen with her other friend, gives a quick nod.
Okay.
With intense focus, she flaps her little wings and drifts across the room, patting in her lap as she calls for Pup.
Hey, boy, wanna play?
She puckers her lips to whistle, but only air comes out. When she realizes that won't work, she clicks her tongue. Digging into her hair, she untangles a twig, then waves it around for all to see. I think that was more
Oh, okay.
like you do with an animal.
I grew a new stick for you. Please like it. Why am I Mickey Mouse now?
I don't know. I've used that line on many a women, by the way. I grew a new stick for you. Please like it.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Pup's head snaps up. His snarl melts into a smiling pant as he dashes over, completely forgetting about his duty to protect me.
Oh, she got a new stick, bro. This was a disaster.
The tall girl pinches the bridge of her nose and sighs.
No small part thanks to your lack of commitment.
She turns to the one in the kitchen whose head is bobbing back and forth to a silent melody. I was tired. She slumps over the counter and groans. We've done this like 1,000,000 times. It's the pits. That's going to be really hard to maintain.
I love it.
We do it because it works. That last guy rarely stepped foot in here after we gave him a good scare.
So, they really did think it was haunted?
That's because it is. Now go away.
She's different. Dollface over there put up a fight. Dollface? I'd be annoyed if this weren't so confusing.
I don't like her.
Well, screw you two. You don't like nobody.
She's Snoopy.
Okay. Are you Linus?
Yeah, and I'm Woodstock.
She gives me a suspicious eye. The feeling is mutual.
Where's the VN of girls named after music concerts, festivals?
Right. Yeah. Come. Wait, had Bonnaroo?
Yes, Lollapalooza.
Wait, where did Bonnaroo come from? Wasn't that a thing
Yeah?
in one of our playthroughs?
I don't know. We mentioned music festivals before, and I don't know why. Because we weren't sure
Yeah.
what one of them was.
Okay, whatever. Conehead grabs the tea kettle from the stove and skips over to us. I will enjoy it. That's kind of why I like her. She flips open the kettle's lid and holds it up to her tall friend. The tall one wrings out her hair like a wet rag. Water, more than any sponge could retain, flows into the kettle, so she's just like constantly wet.
Yes.
I like it. I'm going to grow a stick for her. When she stops, the water is near the top. I'm going to use that from now on.
We'll make this one a rep.
The water's near the top and her hair is bone dry. What the hell?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, even if it's incorrect.
Fumes begin to wisp out from the opening at the top of Conehead. A red glow crackles beneath it.
They haven't told her their names yet.
Yeah,
so.
no. No, seriously. What the hell? What is this stupid shit?
What's happening?
That's the tiniest tea kettle in the world. Delicately, she balances the kettle on top of her head. Lemongrass again?
Please, and don't sneak sugar in it this time.
Steam begins to rise from the spout of the kettle, followed by a simmering whistle. The whistling gets louder and the arguing drags on. Pup barks as he rushes across the room to fetch the stick. The steam grows thicker. And as the noise builds and builds and builds, I feel my blood boiling in my veins. Any fear I had has been suppressed by the intense need for some peace and quiet. For some clarification. For something to actually make sense for once. I climb to my feet and draw in as much air as my lungs can take. Will somebody give me some answers?
I don't know what's happening.
The chatter fizzles out. The winged girl shrinks back, hugging Pup close to her chest. The kettle sounds like a train whistle. All eyes are on me.
I can't whistle loudly. Anyways.
Yeah, that'd be ear splitting anyway through headphones or anything. Finally. Now, will one of you tell me who exactly you people are? I've never heard of a ghost that can touch people, or one having wings, or whatever that thing on your head is. Are they costumes? What is your deal? The leader of the three scoffs, then turns away with folded arms.
We're in a band.
Oh, is that all you wanted to know? I could tell you that much.
Hey, don't tell her our secrets.
Cool your jets, man. I'm just going to tell her who we are. But first I want to know who she is. She looks up at me with a big expectant grin. The other two stare, awaiting an answer to spring from the stiff silence. My name is Eve. I'm a... Ranger?
Power Ranger.
I work here. Satisfied with my non-answer, she gives an affirming nod, the kettle bouncing on her head. How's that staying so well? Howdy-o, Eve. Nice to meet you. Did I nail this voice or something?
Yeah, I guess.
It seems to fit really
where
well.
Where is Yellowstone at? That's probably... I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm terrible with geography.
I am too.
I'll look it up.
I always skip it. Howdy-o, Eve. Nice to meet you. In case
like
you didn't
it,
catch it, I'm Yellowstone. She points to the wall with the paintings. This Earth Angel's Zion. She's a cutie pie, and I love her lots. Zion's pale cheeks turn red as she gives a little wave.
Love you lots too.
Oh. And then there's Yosemite. She's like our big sister. I love her lots too, even when she's being a crab. I can turn into crabs. Yosemite says nothing.
I'll show you crabs.
Oh, God, ew. I glance at the paintings and pair each one with a girl. So, are you each named after a park? Are they nicknames?
Told you we're in a band.
Yellowstone tilts her head and blinks. No. She points to herself. I'm Yellowstone. She backs away and rushes over to Zion, hugging her from behind. This is Zion. She runs back to Yosemite and smacks her back. I can practically feel the loud slaps as Yosemite nearly leaps out of her skin. And this is Yosemite. Somehow the kettle stays balanced on top of Yellowstone's head through all of this.
Okay. Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho.
Okay, so they're all kind of Midwestern. Yeah, I mean, all the national parks are out that direction.
That's east. No, it's not. It's west.
That's west.
Aren't we Midwest? Isn't
Technically, but Illinois is like central.
It is.
I mean, we're called Midwest because anything that's not the East Coast is west.
Right.
You know?
Just somewhere out there. Who cares?
Yeah. There's no middle. It's just east.
If it's
East
not East Coast or West Coast, it's Midwest.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no Mid-East.
No.
I guess there's a Middle East, but that's a different thing.
Anyways, I was
Okay.
horrible at geography.
Yeah, I always skipped it in Trivial Pursuit. Go to entertainment every time.
Yeah, or sports for me.
Ugh, no thanks. I try putting 2 and 2 together, but I keep ending up with 5.
That's Common Core math for you.
I finally understand Common Core math.
Oh, God.
I learned it. What are you saying? You are the parks?
Obviously.
Her face scrunches in thought. The steam evaporating seems like it could be coming from her brain itself. She looks to Yosemite for answers.
Can you turn off your damn head?
Yosemite nods. You're supposed to take that kettle off when it whistles, by the way. Sure, that works. All right, I'm radioing my supervisor. But why?
Told you no one would understand. Nobody gets us.
I don't know how you're pulling off these magic tricks, but trouble is trouble, and you three are definitely that. I spin around and start for the desk. Panic warps Yellowstone's face as she switches between me and Yosemite. The kettle whistles above her until finally she decides to hand it off to Yosemite. It's hot!
Go ahead.
Where am
Who's
I
gonna
supposed to grab
Who's gonna
this?
believe you?
Right. One sec. She snatches my wrist. The fumes from her head puff behind her as I try to pull myself away. Let go!
I'll burn you.
Do you just not believe us? I don't believe you, I don't trust you, and most importantly, I don't want to deal with you.
This girl's a bitch. We should have shot her.
Screw you. My feet drag as I tug her behind me. Her grip is surprisingly firm. Hey. With each step, she squeezes harder until I can feel her fingers pressing into my bone. What if I can prove it?
Don't bother. Just get your painting and and the rest of your stuff. We need to go away for a while.
She ignores Yosemite and keeps pulling, digging her heels into the floor. Her grunts get more pained as she wraps another hand around my forearm. Please, just a chance. Our conga line passes Zion and Pup. Pup's tail wags as he looks at her, waiting for
Conga,
scratches and
awesome.
pets. Let's party. It is a party cabin.
Yep.
Zion looks up at me with her big, sorrowful eyes that only seem to get bluer as she gets sadder. Pup paws at her dress. His ears flop. The single,
Nice
the single heartstring inside me tingles. There's that fiddle again.
Are you an angel?
He tried to pick up, hit on her?
Pup and lowly girl.
Yeah. I sigh, stopping before Yellowstone can yank my arm from its socket.
OTP.
No! I just love that puppy too much. 30 seconds.
So does Zion.
Yellowstone smirks, a twinkle sparkles in her eye. Gripping my wrist tighter, she turns to Yosemite. Back in a jiffy.
Back in a jiff. E.
Wait,
Okay.
Yellowstone.
Static crackles through my vision. The ground gives way
What?
beneath me and I plummet down.
What?
Oh my god, I'm in the Matrix! Further and further, falling towards nothing.
This is getting crazier and
Hopeless
crazier.
dread washes over me like a smothering wave. And then, darkness.
Awesome.
Howling wind
Imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute horror. I cannot live.
I cannot die. I don't know the next line.
Yes. This.
The howling wind blasts through my hair.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I hear leaves rustle as the air whips past my cheek. My legs dangle below me. I look down. I wish I hadn't. Far below me, a thick forest sprouts from the jagged side of a mountain, hundreds of feet in the air between me and the bottom. You've been chosen. This is like that Skyrim quest where she launches you way in the air. And who is it? You're gonna get that sword.
Right.
The beacon chooses another, or whatever the hell she says.
Right.
Ah!
What?
Hey, how's it hanging? I look up to see Yellowstone peering over the cliff, still holding my arm. The moonlight spotlights her gigantic grin. Nothing's pouring out of her, so I think we're okay.
Okay.
Where? What? Oh, God. Cool view, right? Do you believe me now? I believe that you're a demon.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna die, or there was something in my brownies.
Right. Yeah, that tea. Telling you.
Yeah.
I flip my
That's
head.
her bag of random green tea.
Yeah. I flip my head in all directions. I whip my hair back and forth. But all I see are far-off silhouettes of other hills and mountains, all of which look like ant hills from up here.
That's just my head, sweetie.
They look like ants from up here. They are ants. The scream finally breaks through, louder than I knew I had in me. Higher, too. It travels far into the distance. Help! 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 Pull me up! Whoa! Stop moving so much. I'm going to lose my grip. Don't let go. Don't let go.
If you die in here, you die in the real world.
Never let go, Jack. My body swings like a pendulum. I grip Yellowstone's hand tighter. Aw, you don't like it? No! Now take me back! She whines, puffing her cheeks out as she pouts. Jeez Louise, don't flip your wig. You need a wig. I'm pulled upwards like I'm being sucked up by a vacuum. The wind tunnels around me. And then I'm back in the cabin. The warmth feels like a hug and my legs feel like jelly. I drop to my knees and catch my shallow breath. What was with the static? That was weird.
That's a
It's like
portal.
teleportation. Yeah. Yosemite paces around the room, stopping in her tracks as soon as she sees us.
Or you're going through the TV.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, it's weird.
You! Is your brain made of mush? What were you thinking?
Yellowstone sticks her arms out like the wings of a plane and spins around the room. Zoom, zoom, zoom!
Actually, it is.
Scion giggles as Yellowstone circles around her. Pup sits impatiently below them, his tail sweeping back and forth across the floor.
What the fuck was that?
That I could make her believe, duh. I think it worked out pretty well. Does she look well? Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Does she look well to you?
They both start with Y. I gotta actually pay attention. My teeth chatter as I try to warm myself. I'm shaking. My entire body's shaking. I was here and then I wasn't, and now I'm... What the... Oh, God. The plane runs out of jet fuel and Yellowstone stops. No, but I thought we could finally...
Listen to me.
Oh, God. Her voice is sharp and serious. Zion winces. She squats down and grips Yellowstone's shoulders, meeting her at eye level. Just backhands her. Don't you ever!
If we play our cards right, we found our new bassist. What if something happened? What if she got lost or hurt? What would you have done then?
Well, then problem solved.
Or worse, what if something had happened to you? There's a reason I try to keep us hidden. You know what they're capable of, what they can do. I'm gonna play the pronoun game.
They litter all the time. Yeah. Hootie doesn't help us at all. She mutters to herself.
Of course, that's all out the window now.
The cheerfulness leaking out of Yellowstone seems to have dried up. Yosemite's grip on her loosens and she shrinks away.
Sure that's cheerfulness?
Guess I messed up pretty bad again, huh? Yosemite gives a deep sigh. It reminds me of a disappointed parent.
I literally hate you so very much.
Zion tugs at Yellowstone's hand.
I think you did a good job, Yellowstone.
It's been a while since she's talked. Yellowstone gazes down at her with a sad smile, then squeezes her hand back. A long yawn squeaks out of Zion, high enough that only the tail end of it is audible.
Looks like someone's sleepy.
She rubs her tired eyes and nods.
Mm-hmm.
Yosemite combs her fingers through Zion's fairy tale hair.
Mm-hmm. Get her ready for bed while the human and I negotiate.
God, you just like spit that word. Racist. Speciesist. Okie dokie. That's the saddest okie dokie I've ever heard.
I'll be right there to tuck you in. Might even tell you the story about the swallow you like so much.
Oh, okay. There was I like skimmed through that and I was like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah. Swallow story. I don't remember that one.
I don't want to teach that story to this little girl. For a
I'm
moment.
the oldest one here.
They do. Anime does that a lot too.
I'm 5,000 years old.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she is a national park. She's probably older than 5,000 years.
Whoa, hey.
Sorry. For a moment, Yosemite freezes. Then she shakes out a chuckle.
No, of course. Why would you?
Leading her by the hand, Stone pulls Zion along the bathroom. Pup trots along behind them. When the door shuts, Yosemite turns back to me. Her posture stiffens, perfectly straight and all business as she walks over to me.
You alive?
She towers over me like a giant sequoia. I feel her footsteps
that's
vibrate beneath me as she gets closer. Just leave me alone. I crawl to the nearest corner and hunker down using one of Zion's fallen branches as a shield.
Relax. I'm not actually going to eat you, or whatever you think I planned on doing.
Well, then what good are you?
I am going to rape you.
I may eat you, but I won't eat you.
Right.
I hurl the branch at her. It skims past her shoulder.
Whoa, hey.
I don't care. Just go. A lump catches in my throat. I look around at the mess that's been made. The streaks of water on the floor, the tossed away gun, and the open cabinets. And the fleas. I take a look at the whole cabinet, small and homey, but I still know what it's really for. It's a purgatory. A sanitarium to clean me of any lingering pride. This is my punishment, and if that's the case, then maybe it's not actually a purgatory. Maybe it's actually hell. I bring my head to my knees and keep it there. You're taking this kind of bad.
Damn, this girl is going to be good for our band.
Yeah.
Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry about that stunt she pulled. Yellowstone always gets too excited for her own good.
Her voice softens, sounding more like she's talking to Zion than a foolish mortal. Just leave, please. I swallow back the emotion, but my voice still cracks. I just want today to end. I'm tired. She swoops down in front of me.
Well, you're in luck, because I have a truce to propose.
I look up from my knees and sniff. Yosemite is inches away from my face. Hoo-hoo! She gives me a gentle grin. I'm listening.
Why did you sniff me? to get right down to it, we're exhausted too. It's been a long day for us, so how about we let you sleep here for the night, and then, in the morning, you can call your supervisor and send us on our way.
You think I'm dumb enough to fall for that? You'll
Yes.
murder me in my sleep. Who said anything about murder?
Damn it. In the time it would take to strangle you, I could read half of an entire book. Why waste my time with it? Besides, wouldn't you rather not have 3 trespassers wandering the park at night?
Is that like her flexing on how quick she can read a book? Or complaining about how slow she is at strangling people?
Weird flex, but okay.
She's not wrong. I have the campground to think about too. If they started causing trouble with campers, then this could spiral even further out of control.
Look, just take the olive branch. I'm trying to play nice. Oh wait, Pup has it.
I think about it for a moment. How I might wake up being smothered by a pillow. How I might not even wake up at all.
Smother you with these pillows.
I don't want to say that I was thinking the same thing, but I was thinking the same thing. Or if I do, how they might not even be here at all. Well, that's a win-win right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's dark and late, and my brain is slush and fog. So I humor her. I'm not going to get a bullet to the face while I'm sleeping, am I?
No, I could read an entire encyclopedia before the bullet reaches your brain. Only Neanderthals use guns. I think you're proof enough of that.
That's true. We found all these fossils with guns next to them.
Yeah.
It's an insult, but she chuckles. It's not very funny to me.
Hew, hew.
I think again. And I get the bed? We all get the bed. Her joking smile is stripped away. She sighs.
Zion sleeps on the ceiling. I guess there are sleeping bags here we can use. So what do you say? Do we have a deal, or is this night going to get even longer?
She extends her hand, and for the first time I notice her ears poking out from under her hair.
Oh,
Jesus.
Don't look.
I'm a freak. Both are slender and pointed with tips as sharp as daggers. Are you calling her a knife ear? I don't know what these people are or even what they are, but I do know that I need some damn sleep. I grab her warm hand and she hoists me onto my feet. Why is her hand so slimy? You've got
She is wet all the time.
Yeah. You've got yourself a deal, but you're out of here first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
you got cabin fever.
I don't care about Steam achievements at all.
Well, you got one.
In the slightest. A warm wetness slops against my cheek.
Sorry.
Human breath sticks to my face. My eyes crust open and drift to the edge of my bed.
I had a wet dream.
Ah, damn it. With his front paws perched on the comforter, Pup continues breathing in my face. His wild tongue dangles below his jaw. I smell blood on his breath.
Yep.
It can't seriously be morning yet.
I made coffee.
He pushes himself off the bed and scampers away, sliding across the floor like it's an ice rink. Childish giggles fill the room, and now the familiar... That's creepy. And now the familiar sounds of wings flapping like an overworked engine
Zion.
follows. Zion huffs and puffs her way around the corner. Pup runs up behind her. I couldn't have slept for more than an hour. The nightstand clock seems to confirm this, as foggy memories of me glancing between it and the intruders tucked away in their sleeping bags come back to me. 3:30, 3:45, 4:20. What? 5, and finally 6:30. I mean, why put 4:20 in there? Come on. I feel like Goldilocks if she tried sleeping on the beds and the bears were hibernating in the corner, just testing her luck until she eventually gets mauled.
Oh, cool.
Did you sleep with your clothes on? I peel myself out of bed and draw shut the curtain that divides the room. When I'm done changing into my uniform, I slip back out and catch a whiff of something delicious.
And then reclose the drape.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Eve.
Zion stops playing with Pup to give me a courteous bow. Though through the open window, a blue bird flutters in and rests on her shoulder. It's a Disney princess.
Yeah.
I already wish I was back in bed.
I'm wishing.
Rise and shine. Eve who works here. Catch all your Z's? Rise and shine, Eve who works here? That's weird. Does she think that's your whole name?
That's what it says on my badge.
Yellowstein.
Yellowstein.
My name's Randall Yellowstein, attorney at law. Yellowstone peeks out from the kitchen, whisking a bowl in steady circles. Once again, a kettle rests on her head. Did it ever come off? They must have slipped through my fingers.
Or out of your mouth when you weren't shifting around. You sound like a broken trombone.
I glare over at the table. Yosemite is chin deep in a book and sifting through the pages. I guess she didn't read it that fast. Papers litter the table, some sprawled out like a shuffled deck of cards, others stacked into leaning towers. The cardboard box sits right in the middle, acting as an eye to the storm. Without taking her eyes off the book, she raises a coffee mug into the air.
I could have strangled 6 people before I read this. Yellowstone.
There's just like 6 dead
Tea.
bodies next to the table.
I told you.
Just a jiff.
She gets nervous while she reads, so she has to kill people.
Yellowstone power walks over. Balancing the bowl in her arms, she tips her head and pours the water. She's a little teapot. From the kettle to the cup, the process is delicate, like a ballerina bending into the shape of a swan. Nonetheless, through the teetering and tottering, the kettle stays balanced on top of her cone head.
Is it magnetic?
Yo, how is she doing this? Demon! Want me to replace the bag? It's pretty much water now.
Don't be wasteful. There's still some flavor left. We just suck it out.
Fine. Yellowstone gives a defeated sigh, the same one I give every time I have to tell someone, yes, you need a permit to fish. How about you, Eve? I saw you chugging coffee last night. Bet you take it black. Wink, wink. Huh? What the hell's that supposed to mean? You seem like the type of cat who takes it black. There's a pause as they try to get a handle on this stitched-together combination of English and slang. A Frankenstein of language.
Don't kink shame me.
With a little sugar, actually. Dang, thought I had it. She snaps her fingers as she returns to the kitchen. Oh well, pop a squat. I'll get you a cup. Squat a what?
She means sit down!
What the hell was that thing? That was huge!
Man, that is one big-ass June bug.
No can do. I have my job to take care of. Patrolling, permits, calls. Tattling on us.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, they both start with Y. It's very, I don't read, I skim. Her eyebrows bounce up as she takes a sip of her tea. Priority number 1, I assure you. I give her a phony smile that lapses into an eye roll. I hope she sees it.
I saw that.
I hope it burns right through her. She's right, though. It completely slipped my mind. I guess when it became clear that they probably weren't going to kill me, my mind started drifting to more abstract questions. Is that me? Yes.
Yeah.
You can do all that later. Just breathe in that fresh morning air for now. I'm making flapjacks.
Now there's going to be an awkward 10-second pause before every time
Yes,
I
now
read.
I gotta make sure. She doesn't even. She's not even smiling.
Yay.
Except her quiet cheer doesn't match her solemn face.
Oh, my. Okay, I got it then.
Yeah, you're good enough. That's just like straight face. Yay!
Yeah.
Don't worry, cutie. I'm making you a veggie omelet. Zion's downtrodden face lights up, hopeful but cautious. You're not a kid. You like veggies?
Will you use the mushrooms I picked the other day?
420 what? I can if you go get them for me. With an excited nod, Zion
Wait for
shuffles
me.
off to the closet. I like how the pup is just a box. like they float the box across. And where Zion goes, pup follows. The bird does too.
Why not just slap it on her head and have her carry it around?
Remember to wash them. Your balls, I mean.
Sorry, I had to take a drink. Wrong pipe.
Can't get stanky down there.
Well, easy for you to say. You're always cleaned. Unless she's like a dirty ass river.
It could be a swamp.
That's true. I don't think there's any swamps in Yosemite.
Well,
Like I know shit about Yosemite. Yosemite calls out but neither answer. Zion digs around in the closet. Yellowstone hums to herself. Out of tune and off key.
that's annoying.
Fine. Don't cry to me when your stomach starts growing fungus.
I mean, I don't know if you know what you're made of. Can you do that?
I don't know what these people can do.
No. The frying pan sizzles in the background as everyone goes about their morning, swept up in their routines, while I'm swept to the side. With not a whole lot else to do, except fear for my life, and let's be honest, there's not a whole lot left to fear for anyway. Jesus, emo. I grab my notebook and sit at the table.
Didn't even get a damn omelet.
Since it's round, I have no choice but to face Yosemite. If it bothers her as much as it bothers me, then she doesn't show it. Even if it wasn't round, you're still in eyesight of her. You can't face away from the table.
Right. Oh, yes, a square table.
I guess you could sit directly next to her and not look.
Right.
She grabs a blank paper from a wobbling stack and starts scribbling on it, constantly referring back to her book. Sharing a meal with a person, or thing, that tried to run me out of my post doesn't exactly thrill me. Having to stare at them the entire time, even less so. They're so ugly.
Hideous.
Still, I make an attempt to clear my mind and start jotting down the events from last night. But my uniform is tight and restrictive and squeezes around my joints like a python.
I know, I like it.
I better take this off. My writing is similarly uncomfortable and stiff, reading more like a report to Jesse than a deep emotional expression to Teddy. Not that there's much of that left in me anyway. The assailant exited the closet. The perpetrator wrestled the gun from me. These are just a few examples. It's accurate. Coherent enough to get the information across, definitely, but just dry enough to be vague and frustrating.
That's what this whole thing is. It's just everyone, like, they're going to think she's crazy. She's going to slowly slip into insanity and kill herself and then just become whatever park she's in.
Oh,
just join them in
God.
the Guardians.
That'd be amazing.
I called it. I'm calling it now.
I experienced it, and even I hardly know what happened. Hell, I hardly know what they are. They aren't ghosts, and I'm an idiot for buying that, even for as briefly as I did. I mean, it was just a sheet. But they aren't quite human either. Although after their ears and wings and volcano heads, they might as well be people.
Zion is totally the oldest. She's the first one that died. That's why she's the angel. And she,
Oh, no! And she, like, brought the other two in?
yeah.
She, like, smacked Yellowstone across the head and gave her a giant lump on her head and drowned Yosemite?
Yeah. So Yosemite drowned in that park, and that's how she got here.
Yeah.
And then I guess, I don't know what happened to her. She got killed by a geyser.
Something fell on her head.
Yeah.
Some sugar for sugar. Yellowstone sits down a cup of coffee in front of me, the trail of grainy sugar still swirling around in it. You're supposed to stir it in. There's an explosive pop from the kitchen.
Swing your head around.
Yeah. Smoke plumes about the frying pan. Gah, my flapjacks. My breadsticks. She rushes over like an overworked waitress at a diner and lowers the heat. And me, I feel like a traveler exploring the cosmos. I found an alien society and everything they do is fascinating and how mundane it is.
Aren't you just a bundle of joy?
Yeah, cheer up already.
It's not polite to stare. If we freak you out that much, you can just turn around.
No, I can't. The table's round.
Or leave. That'd be the best option.
Didn't they say they were going to leave? You'd like that, huh? For me to leave you alone so you can just keep mooching off this place?
Are you expecting a no? All the other goons always ran off to the outpost down the road as soon as they caught wind of us. Only ever came back if they had to get something, and never alone.
Any of that sympathy from last night has evaporated with the steam from her tea. All that's left is her condescending smirk. It drives me nuts. Well, I'm not like the others, thank God. It doesn't take much to scare the apathy into them.
But not you, huh?
I'm open to suggestions. I bet you are.
Well, great then.
Yeah. I throw back the coffee like it's the nastiest double shot this side of happy hour. The scalding liquid funnels down my throat. Then I surrender to my journal. I like coffee, but I wait for it to cool. I don't know how these people drink this boiling hot liquid.
I don't like coffee, so...
Yosemite watches me with a focused squint.
It's literally liquid ground.
Oh, it's delicious if you do it right.
Yeah, if you load it with all sorts of other crap to make it not taste like coffee.
No, you don't have to put that much in it. I do put a little bit in it.
What's that? Official report to the head goon?
The lead at the tip of my pencil snaps under the force, leaving a skid mark streaking across the page.
What's that?
Don't you ever talk to me like that.
What's that?
Yeah.
Like she didn't hear what she said.
Yeah. Oh, there was... it's been like a couple days since
Right.
we recorded the last one.
Yeah.
This is
we'll go
all
with that.
live. Comment, and I'll respond to it. That is correct, commenter.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't put something terrible. Journal. Sorry to disappoint.
Hitler was an okay guy.
No, it's not correct. Her ears twitch at the mention of journal.
What kind of journal? For documenting information? Studies? Lovers?
Just a journal. I use it to wring out the last few drips of dams I give. Keeps me anchored to reality. Could they not say fucks? Sorry, are we not?
Probably not.
Because it just seems like fucks I give would have made more
Right.
sense there.
I don't know, they probably tried to keep it PG.
Yeah, well, I don't do that.
Nope.
I look up at her, tracing my way from her black roots to her blue hair, down to the frosted white tips. Her hair looks like a waterfall pouring over a cliff.
Well, thank you.
I wonder why that is. And boy, oh boy, do I need that.
My waterfalls?
She deflates, as if I'm the one responsible for sucking out all the wonder and curiosity in the world.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Oh, God. I didn't know you could do that.
Suppose I should be proud of you, though.
Because I know how to read and write. I keep writing. Don't bother looking up.
After all, how many of you suits actually know how to write?
Yep, pretty much. God damn it, I can't help myself. You think we're dumb?
I think you're uneducated.
Look, I'm not wild about my coworkers either.
Glad we're in agreement.
Don't you interrupt me. But give us some credit, or at least give me credit. You know what a school is, right?
Something I assume you didn't go to?
Ha 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 ha. No, bitch. For me, school was years worth of crap I had to sludge through to even get a sniff.
And was it worth it?
The question is like a splash of cold water to the face.
I'm sorry.
That happens sometimes. It forces me to decide on whether I want to give the easy answer or the answer that lurks in the back of my heart. Popular opinion is a giant no. It might be if people cared, but they don't. And even if I thought it was, if those people are the ones I'm protecting this land for, nothing will ever make it worth it. Yosemite yawns, her face slumped against her cheek in boredom. She returns to her book.
You're boring.
Yeah.
Wow. I was almost expecting something insightful.
Don't like the answers? Don't ask the questions.
It's not the answers that bother me, it's the rotten little mind behind them.
God, these are catty bitches. Lightning cracks between us. We glare at each other in silence. My eyes will roll out of my head before I blink. It's like Lily and what's her face?
Yeah, right. She's an A.
Yeah. Why couldn't I think of Shizune? She's an A.
We've been playing her route.
I know. I was like Lily and Sasuke.
Yeah, Sasuke.
Sasuke.
That's you.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Sorry. She's not on the screen, so I got confused.
No, that is weird.
You can duke it out after breakfast. Time to chow down. Yellowstone swoops in with 2 platters of fluffy, stacked pancakes. A thin slice of butter slides across both of them, melting down the sides and mixing with the syrup.
They're flapjacks. Duh.
I poke at the pancakes with my fork. Is it poison?
Shit.
She's onto
Girl,
us.
it's too smart.
It seems safe. In fact, it looks delicious. Like a picture ripped straight out of a menu before you get the real soggy thing. Cutting a pie-shaped sliver off, I dip it into the shallow pool of syrup that's accumulated at the sides of the plate. Why not? If it's poison, at least it's going to taste amazing. You don't know that.
You don't know that yet.
Yeah. I take the plunge. Warm sugar drizzles down my tongue. The rich butter oozes out of the pancakes as I chew. There's a hint of crispiness from the slightly charred rings around the sides of the cake.
God, I'm hungry now.
I'm like turned on. Balancing out the taste of the sugar.
Horny and hungry.
It practically dissolves in my mouth. I swallow.
Oh, well, there at that.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's what I say after a girl says that, too.
A moan slips out of me. Almost a gasp. It would be embarrassing if this weren't so shocking or delicious. Oh my god.
This is how you're going to win her over.
Yeah. That is how you win a woman over. Feed her sugary pancakes.
Yeah.
Yellowstone giggles. Like it? Unable to resist, I dive in for the next piece. I nod as I talk through the food. Yeah, it's sort of amazing. How'd you even...
The syrup is from my head.
Oh, God. I'm basically the chef around here. She beams with a proud smile. And the maid, and the dishwasher, and the laundry... You could say that I'm a jack of all trades. Master of them, too.
Yosemite's just been sitting over there with her mouth open for the past 5 minutes.
I'll say. What did you even put in this?
Marijuana.
Yeah. I was going to say acid.
Yeah.
Trade secret. Yosemite flips to the next page.
It's brown butter.
No fair.
Oh, no. She's mad.
A dark cloud of steam trails out from the opening in her head. I think I smell sulfur.
Oh, shit.
Well, whatever it is, it's delicious. I wash down the shock with coffee. Thanks. Yellowstone's eyes grow to be as large as the platters that the pancakes are on. You really mean that? Thanks? I mean, it's just...
No one's ever complimented me before.
Yeah, no one ever says thanks?
Yeah.
Would she prefer I tell her to piss off? Yeah. I was just planning on living off canned sausages while I was here.
Whoa!
Jesus.
Censor that shit.
It's glistening.
She's a squirter, folks.
Tears creep out to the corner of her eyes, a whimper. Then a geyser of water erupts from her head. Whoa!
And then she just shoves her head into the geyser and absorbs it.
Oh, God. I don't want to... I don't know if I want to see that. Holy smokes, I didn't think being complimented would feel so good. You're a good gal, huh? Oh, sorry. The water umbrella's over as she moves in for a one-armed hug.
You ruined my pancakes.
Not overly fond of hugs or getting my uniform soaked with tears before work or touching, I scoot away in my chair. Ah, that gives me an idea. She bounces back like a spring. The whiplash gives me a concussion. What if, and stay with me here, instead of us leaving, or you leaving, or anyone leaving, what if we just live together?
That is the logical solution.
Yeah, that is the anime solution.
Absolutely not.
Like last night, but every night? Just give it a think. We already had a solid setup here. We could keep the place nice and tidy while you're wage slaving away all day. I'm too stunned to outright decline with any kind of resolve. Shameless naivety, the kind tied with a bow and given to you, is impossible to answer with harsh realism. It's genuine and it's familiar. And if the food will always be this good, maybe the idea isn't...
Say, at least keep Yellowstone there.
Right?
She's the one that cooks and does laundry.
Yeah. She'll do all the work. Isn't what, Eve? Isn't going to happen because that's the only thing it is. Gotcha, split personality.
Mm-hmm.
Remember why you're here. Look outside, look at the land you love, and look at the scavengers that stomp all over it. We have to kill them all. Now remember why you're here.
When she runs into Pup, that's when her split other personality comes out.
Yeah.
It's just like Smeagol right now.
I'm only here because it's my job. Last I checked, woodland sprites aren't on the payroll. The pancakes were good, but I'm still radioing this in. Yellowstone's excitement is stuffed out like a candle. Aw, I thought it was a pretty good idea.
I erupted for you and everything.
Yeah. I showed you my geyser. Please respond. Yosemite heaves a small sigh of relief.
Stop scaring me like that. I've had more than enough of Miss Misery.
Whoa!
I'll say, where'd she go?
Before I can bite back, Zion scampers up to get mushrooms, I think. Zion scampers up to Yellowstone with a cutting board. The blue bird from earlier picks up the dried mushrooms that line the board. Or she went to go get the cutting board, apparently.
Does that mean we'll have to find a new home?
Don't do this to me. She stares down at the mushrooms dejectedly, but Yellowstone reassures her with a smile. Don't worry. Yosemite knows lots of neato places to hide. We can trust her to take care of us like
I have
always.
to go back to the orphanage, don't I?
Please don't make me go back there.
We'll be back soon. She won't last long.
She leans into the table and locks eyes with me.
Because I'll kill you. It's the eyes. They're almost as dull and lifeless as the others.
I don't give her an inch, remaining flat and unblinking. Your flapjacks are going to get dull and lifeless if you don't eat them soon. Yellowstone shuts Yosemite's book and scoots the platter forward. Like a sponge, this pancake has absorbed most of the butter and syrup. With a futile grasp, yeah, Yosemite stretches for the book, but it's just out of reach. She sulks, then stabs the pancakes with a fork.
And inhales it whole. I was reading that. Now I'll have to find my place again.
Too smart for a bookmark?
No, I told you I could read a book in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just read back to that point in like 30 seconds.
Smarter than you.
We both take a bite out of our pancakes. Between chewing, I give her the fakest, most plastic grin I can manage, forcing the dimples until it hurts. She does it right back. It's like staring into a twisted funhouse mirror.
I'm you. But prettier.
Yeah. And more interesting. It ain't a big deal, yo. Your brainiac butt has read all these books at least 50 times by now.
It is a big deal. You'd be surprised by how much you don't pick up on the first time around.
Guess you're not that good at reading.
Or the second, or the third.
Her gaze drifts over to Zion, who is now crouched down with Pup, letting him sniff the mushrooms. A touch of sadness flashes through her eyes.
Damn, these look good.
For the first time, I notice the bags under them.
Or how much you forget. What'd you say? I forgot. You know. You're still talking?
She's talking about rereading books. Too bad Eve isn't sticking around long enough for us to use her credit card. You could have ordered tons more books.
That's what this is.
Yeah, I see.
And groceries. More fresh veggies, please.
We're in the forest. Get your own veggies. I'm sorry, what? Yosemite sips at her tea and shrugs.
Just be happy you goons are useful for something. They usually cancel the card after the first couple charges.
I try to choke.
Jesus.
I try to choke back a chuckle. You freaking con man! But it comes out as a snort. This probably isn't the kind of stuff I should condone, but the image of someone like Ernie opening their monthly statement to see an unexpected charge of $600 brings me more joy than it probably should. And honestly, screw Ernie. Guy's a jerk. Tugging at Yellowstone's jacket, Zion raises the cutting board up as a reminder.
Omelet. I'm gonna croak from hunger.
Yosemite winces at croak.
I'm sorry, I said your trigger word.
Yeah. My whole
you
family
died
was
in a
killed
freak
by
frog.
frogs.
We both went there.
Yeah.
Please stop teaching her your second language.
But Yellowstone ignores her. She bends down and takes the board, her expression melting into one of complete adoration as she gushes over Zion. Are we close to time, or?
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay. Sorry. Do you want spinach on it, too?
Ew. Mm-hmm. Don't cook it with butter, though. Too much MSG.
You don't know what MSG is. Because I don't know what MSG is.
Mitochondria sodioglucate.
Do you actually know that?
Nope, just made up a word.
Okay. That sounded right.
I meant to say glucose, though.
Yeah, it's close enough. You sure? I want you to have enough energy to go hiking with me later.
I don't think so. After you're done here, there's a whole lot of cleaning up you have to do.
We're all sitting real close together. Give me a break. I just swept the other day.
And now the kitchen is a disaster zone. You erupted everywhere.
Yeah.
Clean before we leave.
Grumbling to herself, Yellowstone slouches back to the kitchen. Maybe things wouldn't get dirty so quickly if you actually rinsed your dishes.
What was that?
Gah, nothing, Chief.
Don't make me beat you again.
Don't make me get my belt. Yosemite returns to her book, occasionally picking at her pancakes.
I will shove a cork in your head.
When she's positive Yosemite isn't looking, Yellowstone pokes her tongue out at her. It's weird. I wouldn't expect some kind of hierarchy to exist among them, but Conehead and the Pixie seem to revere her as like a big sister. All that's missing is her flipping through a nature magazine while hogging the phone. Girls still do that, right? Yeah, teenage girls love them nature magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Must be pretty gripping if you can't tear yourself away from it for more than 5 seconds.
It's not. Just some accounts from a miner that passed through these parts a long time ago. But it helps.
With your research? Her brow furrows and she gives me a side-eyed glance.
Want to tell me how you know that?
You have a folder that literally has research written on it. Wasn't hard to put 2 and 2 together.
That's what I want you to believe. Look, it does math.
Yeah, that folder on the computer that's research. It's got like
Yeah.
7 gigs of data on it.
Yeah.
Wonder what that is. It does facial reconstruction too. She pinches her eyes shut with a groan.
I knew your snooping would be an issue.
Don't get your yoga pants in a bunch. I didn't actually see anything.
I mean, you were going to use her credit card.
Yeah. Stuffed from the pancakes, I lean back in the chair and melt. I don't know how much butter and sugar she put in those things, but my uniform feels like a button might pop off.
Oh, darn.
Oh no, I'm
Hopefully
feeling
it's the
faint.
top one.
Please catch me. Gotta say though, I'm curious what someone like you could be researching. Yosemite pushes up against the table. A gleam of excitement colors her face.
How to get rid of park rangers. You're curious?
Excitement clouds into suspicion.
Why?
Just am? Being so close, I get a good look at her defined, pointed face. No loose skin, no flab, not even puffy baby fat around her
And her
cheeks.
supple bosom.
Can I get some personal space here? I don't want to catch your personality. Damn it, if I squint hard enough, she's actually kind of cute. Oh, here we go. She
happening already.
She pulls herself away and goes silent.
There's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah. My curiosity is waning. It's not even a thin line between love and hate. It's the thin line between hate and wanting to jump someone's bone.
Yeah.
Like, those are the two things that are close together.
Shut up.
Sorry, Jesus. Shut up, science bitch. Biting the bottom of her lip, she glances back and forth. She sighs, then closes her book.
You see Yellowstone's head?
How could you not?
Oh, shit, there's a geyser on
What
it!
the hell is that?
When did that happen? Has that been there the whole time?
Her voice droops to a hoarse whisper as she leans in. I do the same. How could I not?
That's exactly what you said.
It sure is.
What does it look like to you?
What does this have to do with any...
It's her vagina.
Dear God.
Just tell me what it looks like.
Like 69 would be really weird. A volcano. It looks like a volcano.
Oh my god, aren't you a park ranger? It's a geyser. Can you guess what has... Can you guess what has a volcano?
A planet? Is she a planet? Yellowstone National Park, obviously, but volcanoes don't actually look like that.
Are they volcanoes? I thought they were geysers.
I think there is a volcano that causes the geysers.
I
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know.
You're not going to get anywhere with that kind of linear thinking.
She moves on.
And look at Zion.
Right?
Little freak.
I do. She hovers in the air, keeping the omelet out of Pup's reach. Leaves float off her like autumn.
No, this isn't coyote food. It's not good for you.
Your coyote food.
See those leaves and branches? Pretty lush, right?
Sure.
remind you of any particular painting?
Almost every painting of nature. She points her thumb at the wall. I glance back and admire the painting of Zion National Park, with its deep greens and mix of fiery reds and beiges.
Yes, plenty by Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Happy little accident over here.
These girls get any closer, I'm going to have a happy little accident.
I'm a happy little accident.
That's what my parents described me as. Wait, are you saying...
Starting to get it?
My mind skates to the obvious. Yeah, the three of you like playing dress up. Real cute.
Oh, God damn it. Back to square one. It's amazing how you keep finding new ways to disappoint me. Let's try this again.
I don't think they're whispering anymore.
No. I ignore the snark dribbling out of her mouth. After all, disappointing people is second nature at this point. Myself particularly. Yosemite scoots against the table. She points at her face, specifically to the freckles dotted across it.
I'm a natural redhead.
The carpet does not match the drapes. Are you giving me permission to slap you?
Yes. I'm giving you permission to learn. Now touch it.
Closing her eyes, she sticks her chin out and waits, like someone expecting a kiss.
No, not that.
Why not? I start to reach out my hand, but an overabundance of caution keeps me from going any further. What if this is some kind of trick? She tried to scare me away, didn't she? What's stopping her from biting off my finger? Wouldn't be the first time someone has tried that while I was on the clock.
Sorry.
What?
Oh, tried to do it.
Oh.
That was one time, Eve.
Yeah, you keep bringing that up. I shudder as I remember you keep saying things in Pup's voice, and I just think it's you.
Just think it's me talking.
Yeah. I shudder as I remember that man's blistering bloodshot eyes. He had been delirious, caked in pine needles and mud, with tattered clothes. No telling what he was hyped up on. After Jessie made sure I was okay, she shrugged. Takes all kinds, she said. Yosemite's nose wiggles impatiently. She's bewitched. I decide she's probably harmless, and waking up alive is good evidence for that. Even if we've only tossed verbal punches at each other, she was the one who offered a truce. That has to mean something.
Are you going to touch my face?
Yeah, we've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. I can't shake this suspicion completely. Oh, why'd I have trouble with that word? But I do reach out and brush my hand over her cheek. A gravelly and rugged texture scratches my fingertips where her freckles should be. It finally clicks with me.
I'm rock hard.
These aren't freckles at all. They're more like scales or pebbles glued to her face. Did you bedazzle your face?
That's what I was going to say.
It's the new trend.
Just to make sure I sweep my hand up and down her face. Between the patches of pebbles, her soft skin glows to a flush pink.
I said to touch it, not to caress it. Jeez. So weird.
I can't help myself. I grip one of the pebbles between my fingers and tug on it.
What the hell?
Ow! Instead of it ripping off, Yosemite's skin is stretched right behind it.
Ah!
She pulls away, hints of tears glistening in the corner of her eyes.
You didn't have to be so rough.
My mouth hangs open as the confusion bounces around like a tumbleweed in my head. Is that rock?
Well, it sure isn't costume jewelry.
It might be. Whining, she soothes her pulsing cheek.
God damn.
I twist around and look at the top painting in the pyramid. Limbert Dome. I saw glimpses of it on the drive here. If I stepped outside, I could see it now, and every time I ever climbed up there, it's been gravelly, and it's been rugged.
Like me.
Most mountains in Yosemite Valley are. So we are in Yosemite.
Okay, well then she can't become Yosemite. There already is one.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna replace her.
Oh.
They have to touch their parts together, and that's how they transfer data.
Yeah, totally. That is how an anime would work.
Don't ruin my head canon.
It ruined my head canon.
I think back to Yellowstone's explanation from last night. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's basic fantasy. But if there's any other explanation, then I can't think of it.
Yellowstone has a head cannon.
Your Yosemite National Park. Dear God, did I actually say that out loud? Am I going crazy? Is that what's happening? But Yosemite gives a satisfied nod, and I'm convinced that I've taken a one-way trip on the crazy train. I'm riding this locomotive off a cliff. Emphasis on loco.
Now you're starting to get it. Finally.
I try to choke out more words, more questions, but they dissolve into breathy stutters. Yosemite looks on with an amused smirk. Faraway laughter and chatter breaks through the confused silence. From outside, I hear the snapping and crunching of twigs and leaves. The voices get louder, past the cabin, then taper off.
Every time you touch the earth, I feel it.
Yeah. You like touch her face and the whole ground shakes.
Yeah. If you punch her, you'll just all die.
Yeah. Just, what are you? What are you really? Yosemite's smirk fades into a frown. Her eyes scan the mess of books and paper and stay there. Her hand grips the table and her nails dig into the wood.
I'm a national park girl.
You don't know? I hardly believe the genuine shock in my voice. I'm not actually buying this garbage, am I?
That's the winning question, isn't it?
She slinks back in her chair, breaking her razor-straight posture. She sighs, drawing in a deep breath, but releasing it as a quick puff. Her frown relaxes into a smile. It's a soft smile, the kind people have when they're nostalgic, or thinking about a family member that isn't around anymore.
I don't know. I was just a park like a year ago, and then somebody had to personify me. Now I'm here.
Right. Someone was walking through a national park and was like, I could stick my dick in this.
Do we not know, or do we just not remember?
Is that Shakespeare, or I don't know. I could do without the cryptic crap.
It's anything but. I'm telling you what I know, and what I know is that I'm Yosemite. Just like they know how they're Zion and Yellowstone.
Why are they all the way here? They're supposed to be across the country.
Yeah, why are they with you?
Okay, sure, but how do you know?
How do you know that your stomach rumbles when you're hungry? Did someone have to explain the concept to you?
Yes. I'm sure at some point when I was a little kid I went, oh, my stomach's making noise. Yeah, it means you're hungry.
Help, I'm dying!
Yeah. How long have you known?
I don't know.
Have you always known?
I don't know.
Do you know anything? I don't know.
I don't know! If I knew anything, I wouldn't be trying to figure it out.
She shoots up from her chair and glares down at me. Her voice cuts through the air like a dagger. Her little outburst throws the room into silence. Yellowstone coughs from the kitchen. Pup's tail spikes up in alert. I stare back, pretending to be unfazed, but secretly I'm tense.
Shit's getting real.
My muscles flex against my uniform. We're about to fight. In the thick of the silence, Zion tiptoes over to the table. Why doesn't she just float? She latches onto Yosemite's hand, her own tiny hand only managing to wrap around 3 fingers. Wordlessly, she gazes up at her with deep, pleading eyes. Yosemite's sharp face softens back to that of a solemn smile. Her hand engulfs all of Zion's. She strokes her palm and fiddles with her fingers. Zion gives a ticklish giggle.
Her face can't soften, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I have these fragments that pop into my head. Bits and pieces of a language I don't know. Faces I don't recognize but seem familiar.
Her voice shakes, hovering above a whisper, breaking at the end of words.
And whenever I think I figured it out, it's on the tip of my tongue, I forget.
She shuts her eyes tight, as if trying to envision these things herself. Her grip around Zion's hand tightens, but Zion doesn't pull away or even wince.
They're like echoes that ripple further away with each new epiphany. It just gets quieter and quieter. It's so frustrating.
The words strain out of her through gritted teeth.
But if I can figure out just what we are, where we came from, then maybe I can finally remember.
She opens her eyes, and they look older. It feels like she's staring right through me and gazing at the paintings hung on the wall. Like I'm just another obstacle getting in her way.
So yeah, I don't know anything, but I'm going to.
Well, good for you. I don't know if that was supposed to be a sincere good for you or a sarcastic one.
Right.
The way she's always staring at me is unsettling. Is it simmering anger? Reluctant curiosity? I don't know, and if I knew what was good for me, I wouldn't care. I whistle for Pup. He bounces over and in a moment of impossible patience sits at my feet. He looks up at me, his sad brown eyes connecting with mine as he licks his chops. Now there's a state I can care about. Stare.
Here.
I tear off a piece of my leftover pancake and toss it at him. That's not
Hey.
food for you. Springing from his hind legs, he leaps into the air to snatch it. It bounces off his nose, and instead of any amazing acrobatic display, he twirls in circles until he finds it on the ground. Oh, that's embarrassing. Bravo.
Do it again. I can get it this time.
Across the table, Zion stares, pouting.
Okay.
It's just a treat. It's not going to kill him.
She doesn't talk much.
No. It's just pretty much been these two for the most
Yeah.
part. Like Yellowstone pops in every once in a while. The group of voices from earlier echoes back from outside, rowdier and louder than before. They're ways away, but I can still pick up on the occasional gratuitous curse and obnoxious laugh. So they're just walking around in the forest. Shit.
God damn it.
I would not be surprised. Like, this is going to make me sound like a fucking snob. But there are times when I'm walking around like a store or something, and there's like groups of people walking together and joking.
Yeah.
And I can overhear them, and I'm like, these people aren't funny at all.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm just not, my sense of humor doesn't sync with theirs, but they're laughing at stuff that I'm like, that wasn't funny.
Right. No, that's me. I don't get anyone's humor except my own.
Yeah. And luckily mine, I would
Right.
hope.
Yeah. And that's why we're best friends.
Yeah. Because we have the exact same sense of humor.
Finally.
Drunk already, kids? Of course, who am I to judge? A couple more months of this job and I'll be investing in a flask to give my morning coffee the extra kick it needs. Ranger Smith may actually end up being my life model. Praise be to Smith. Yosemite eyes the window.
Friends of yours?
Forgot her voice.
No, God no. I scoff, but it comes off sounding more like a hiss.
I don't have friends.
A day on the job where I don't have to deal with those hellspawn tracking their carbon footprint in here is a day well spent.
That's what I thought.
Well, she loves you now. She chuckles to herself. It reminds me of how snide some of my college professors were. Their latte in their hand and their head up their ass. She swipes away a strand of sweat that drips down her cheek.
Sounds dangerous.
That ain't sweat. And what, pray tell, did you think this time?
That I was wrong about you.
I devote myself to Pup, picking off more pieces of the pancake to give to him. Whatever I can do to make it look like I'm not paying attention to her, but always making sure to keep her within the corner of my eye.
You rubbed my rocks all the right ways. Last night I could have sworn I saw some conflict swimming around in those dead eyes of yours.
Yeah, she was conflicted over shooting you or not.
Sniffling in the corner like a little bitch, crying about how tired you were.
Unzipping her jacket, damn it, all the way, she starts to fan herself.
Oh,
but
it's getting hot in here.
oh, I'm feeling faint. But that slight breeze doesn't cool down my simmering blood. It's like she's trying to roast me until I burn. What gives her the right to pry, to poke at me until I spill my guts? I'm not here to be judged.
Too bad.
The only conflict last night was you three. Of course I'd be tired. Why do you care?
Because I'm tired, too, of your attitude.
Tired of your bullshit.
Tired of you people prioritizing that ranger image so people don't realize you're actually hired thugs.
Oh god, they found out we're owned by the mafia.
You're just one branch on a tree that doesn't even care about you. A bureaucratic arm I'd rather see cut off than fester. You're not here to educate. You're not here to persevere. Persevere. That's what
there it is. Yeah.
No, it's preserve.
No, it's preserve.
Yeah.
I was trying to say persevere.
Wait.
Not unless preservation looks like a permit.
Yeah, that's not preserve.
Yeah,
Is
preserve.
But preserve is P-R-E, not P-E-R. Is
Well,
that a typo?
Preserve.
Because she says preservation
Yes, she
right
does.
here.
Preserve.
Yeah, I don't... Okay, moving on.
No. You're here to protect the bottom line, to shake people down when they just want to get away from the hell you've created, to make sure there's enough resources intact to vacuum money up when your masters come calling.
I mean, like, the National Parks Department of the U.S. government is probably the only not shitty part of the U.S. government.
What are you talking about? I've seen your type before. You don't care. Putting on that dumb hat just makes you think you do.
Whatever, it makes me look cool.
Oh, I like my hat.
You're wrong. I was different. I actually did care, right? There was never any glory in this, just a slow descent into misery. Unless that's where the glory's at. Pride for being a glorified security guard that doubles as a janitor, cleaning up the messes of the only people lower on the totem than me. Because the only thing that separates them from me is, what? Me caring enough to be miserable for it. But of course, if I'm miserable, that means... You're right. Maybe I don't.
This episode's a bundle of joy.
Right? Come on. We just started the night. You're going to bum me out already? I bend over and pat Pup's head. He paws at my leg for more, but I stand up.
That's nice.
Maybe caring got too hard. Maybe it wasn't worth the pain it caused. I take several steps, stopping at her chair. There is one thing I care about, though.
Go on.
Sweat runs down Yosemite's cheeks in streams. She pants heavy breaths, her chest heaving in and out.
Oh, sure.
This is Okay. More graphic than you needed to get, I feel like. Getting you the hell out of here. I'm radioing this in. That's right, Eve. Do what you have to do. What you should have done all along.
You got me all hot and bothered with your narrative.
Yeah. You tease. I start for the fossilized radio on the desk, but Yosemite shoots out of her chair. Zion cowers back.
Go ahead. Do it. Prove to me you're just another Frau.
I think that's supposed to be fraud.
Yeah.
Not Fraulein.
Oh shit, I fell over.
Her voice dissolves into breathy air. There's a solid thump. When I turn around, she's sprawled out on the floor. She did fall over.
Photosynthesis.
Yosemite! Before I can even connect the dots, Zion and Yellowstone are already at her side on their knees.
Please help me. I am dying.
Yellowstone grabs a stack of paper from the table and fans her. Zion squeezes her hand. I race back over and bend a knee. Heat radiates from her like an oven. I press my hand against her forehead. As soon as I touch her skin, my hand burns. I yelp and pull away. It felt
Another typo.
Yeah, it felt like I just touched a skillet and the burn seared through a layer of skin. A fever? Zion shakes her head.
A fire.
Yosemite opens her eyes, glossy and unfocused. Her breath pumps in and out as she fights to get up. Don't move. You'll make it worse.
It's close.
It's in my loins.
I'm coming.
She lets out a pained groan. A small hole burns through her jacket sleeve. Orange embers crisping around the edges.
Oh, no.
It sizzles like a cigarette being snuffed out. We better get these clothes off of her.
It was those damn drunken people outside.
Right? Like a cigarette. Oh, no.
I must go.
My people need me. I swing open the door as I rush onto the porch. The faint smell of smoke tickles my nose. Maybe just a campfire. Not good.
So she is affected by what you do.
Yeah, something that happens.
So you could go outside and rub the ground.
Yeah. And just hump an anthill and see what happens. Popping back into the cabin, I snatch my hat and pull it over my head. I can't go outside without it. Yellowstone glances back and forth in a compulsive panic, mumbling words of comfort to Yosemite.
I don't want the top of my head to get tan.
Right. Maybe you should consider a hat with the giant mountain on your head. Zion sniffs back a few tears, then looks to me with wavering calmness. Her tiny voice cracks a little.
How far is it?
I don't answer. That familiar smoky smell, harsher than a chimney, drifts
Mostly
into the
because
cabin.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a bloodhound. I'm not sure what's going on, and I'm not sure how they know what's going on, but after these last 12 hours, I'm not taking any risks. Get her to the couch, and whatever you do, stay here. But Eve, we can...
Hopefully nothing ever happens in one of their parks. It's going to take forever
Yeah, you're
to get
screwed.
there.
Why are you here? I run outside, slamming the door before Yellowstone can finish. As I sprint down the path, swatting away the branches and leaves, my eyes start to burn like they've been open for too long. But no matter how many times I blink, that poking sting doesn't go away. Crowd of voices yell up ahead, all shouting over each other, and all scared.
Put it in! Put it out!
What are Gorons doing here?
I don't know. It's dumbass camper number 3.
I'm doing what I can. Now stay back and quit crying.
What did we tell you, man? You just had to be the rugged mountain man.
He gets it. He didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, shit.
I finally
That's a big fire.
Wow. How did we not notice this before? I finally tear my way into a small clearing circled by trees. Just a big enough space for morons to cause trouble. A patch of blazing red dances on top of a pile of twigs beneath a tree. The fire branches out on both sides like a trail of dynamite, splitting into a short V. The trunk of the tree is blackened with soot.
Uh-oh. Are you the only...
Sorry.
Are you the only ranger here?
I mean, in this area, I guess.
Yeah.
A group of familiar campers, I only recognize them by their jackets, stomp on the knee-high flames, all their faces twisted in fear. The one I talked to last night swats his green jacket over it, like that's gonna make any difference now.
What did you do?
What the hell is going on here?
Smokey just walks by. Sorry.
It was 420!
Yeah.
Most of their faces go sheet white, and for a moment they forget about the fire. The kid with the green jacket just keeps swatting the ground, yet whenever he lifts it back up, the flames climb that much higher. You! 3 seconds to tell me what happened.
Science class lied to me.
Flammable and inflammable mean the same thing? Who knew?
Yeah.
I point at him, and this time he manages to pull himself away. He turns to me, his eyes red and watery from the smoke.
Sure, the smoke.
I already forgot which one was
I
which.
don't know. We were...
1,
I thought I put it out.
2,
I didn't mean to.
3. Get out of the way before your jacket catches, because that's what's important.
Yeah, I don't care about you.
I march over and shove him into his friends. He doesn't resist, stumbling into their arms like a limp scarecrow. Shove a lot of scarecrows? All of you, get away from here. Back to the campground.
If I only had a brain.
Wow, that was... Why did I think of that? They watch me with wide, vacant stares. If I were a truck driver, I'd have mowed them down by now. A cow truck driver, to be exact.
We need milk. Stat.
Move it! All except one nod and start tripping their way through the woods. The kid with the green jacket stares at the growing fire, his knees quivering. His little girlfriend glances back and cups her hands over her mouth. Oh, one of them's a girl.
Oh my God, there's a fire. Come on, let her take care of it.
She looks like a fireman. He shakes himself out of it, then wipes his eyes as he runs off into the woods. My attention turns to the fire. Stomping on it would just submerge me waist deep in the blaze.
Yeah, you think? Probably need a fire department.
Yeah, get some water. The base of the tree trunk ignites, and the embers float down onto the scattered path of twigs that makes lines for the surrounding trees. I dig my boot into the ground and kick clouds of dirt into it. Specks of ember are snuffed out, but the fire remains just as tall. Unstrapping my walkie-talkie from my waist, I press the comm button and speak into it. Though, to whoever's listening in, it probably sounds more like an anxiety attack. Fire! Oh God, how did we pronounce this?
Tuolumne.
Tuolumne Station. This is Ranger Adams? Adams?
Eve Adams. See what they did there?
No. Oh, yes. Religion. I get it now. We have a situation behind the cabin post. 1070. I repeat, 1070. Get dispatched to send out a fire unit.
Hold on, let me open my spreadsheet.
I thought a 1070 was a kidnapping. A broken voice crackles through the static.
Adams, 1071. Repeat. Nature. Fire.
Everything here's nature. Tuolumne Station, do you read me? Tuolumne Station.
Ire.
Oh, you.
Over.
I look around and realize just how caged in by these trees I am. No wonder the signal's so jumbled. I didn't notice a fire extinguisher at the cabin, and the station is less than a mile away. If I ran, I could warn them, but with how quickly this thing is getting out of control... I scan the clearing. Snow is still on the ground, half melted and tossed around in random splotches.
Just go get Yellowstone and point her at the guys. Point her geyser at all the fire.
Hold her sideways and tickle her.
If that's how she solves this, it's going to be amazing.
It's not a lot, but it could work. I scrape up as much snow as I can sandwich together. Clots of black dirt stain the white. It feels like dry ice in my hands. I toss it over the fire. Most of the snow melts in an instant, but a section of the fire is extinguished along with it. Alright, only 700 more times and I'll be done.
Yeah. I need more snow.
For a brief second, relief washes over me, but just as fast it's ripped away, the fire flares up, engulfing more of the tree. I wince as the heat kisses my skin, the flames inching closer.
Le burn.
This is the most action I've gotten in years. A forest fire on the first day. Wonderful. Taking 3 nervous steps back, I glance over my shoulder.
Is there a national park that's like a lot of lava and stuff? They just walk through here and
Well,
ruin
that
everything?
one chick has a volcano on her head.
That's
so.
true. That's her fault.
Yeah. Even though we were saying it was water, but I think they said it was a volcano and not a geyser.
Yeah, I know. They said volcano, but I'm pretty sure they're geysers. Or
Unless the geysers are heated by a nearby
there could
volcano.
be a volcano there too.
I don't know geography.
Me neither.
All right.
Geography rocks.
That's geology.
Yeah.
I mean, technically there are rocks. Okay, moving on. If running to the station is the only way, I guess I have no choice. My legs bend and I take my first giant step. But before I can take another, a shrill voice breaks through the woods. Hey-yo! Eve!
Hey, she made it.
Yellowstone launch. She is gonna spray
She
it.
is.
Yellowstone launches past the trees and into the clearing. Branches and leaves cling to her clothes. She skids to a stop, her eyes locking onto the fire.
This is my time. Step aside. I got this.
Okay, so what's happening? A fire, you idiot! Look around.
This is the role I was born to play.
What are you doing here? Eve, there you are. V for victory. She offers a stiff salute.
She has no idea what's going on right now. This is normal for this forest, right?
We're here to help. Her voice is muted, buried under the crackling of the fire. We?
Hello.
Oh, yeah. For some reason I thought that was her saying that.
No, I just knew it was going to be her, so I said hello.
Descending from above the trees, Zion flaps her wings as she glides down. Wouldn't that just spread the fire?
Yes.
To me, stopping to meet face to face.
You can't do this alone!
I told you to stay at the cabin.
Miss Eve, if this doesn't get put out soon, there won't be a cabin.
Her usual meek voice rings with a mature clarity. Like an untamed weed, the flames shoot up taller. Branches look like candle wicks. Smaller flames snake to the surrounding trees, lighting the very soil aflame.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we don't need all these metaphors. There's a fire!
It's spreading very quickly.
I hate to bring non-park personnel into this, but she has a point. Fine, but as soon as things start looking hairy, I want you to get out of here.
Yeah, they'll totally believe that there was a huge fire that you put out all by yourself.
Yeah, she's the best. They give hurried nods. Good enough for me. Congrats, girls, you're deputized.
Promotion.
Gather up as much snow as you can and dump it on the fire. That's the worst plan ever. Dirt works too, but don't give the fire any extra fuel. I got some gas cans.
Yeah.
Ma'am, yes ma'am.
Liquid. Any liquid works, right?
We all scramble to work. Yellowstone and I search for scattered piles of snow. We scrape them up by the armload and drop them onto the fire. The snow evaporates before our eyes.
It's not gonna do much.
No. Zion flutters up to the peaks of the trees, shaking any branches that are still coated white. The snow crumbles away, smothering large portions of the
There
flames.
you go. That's a little better.
Yeah, it sounds like sizzling bacon. Yum.
Now I'm hungry. Screw the forest.
Yeah. Let's go to Denny's. Game created by Denny's.
Time for a grand slam.
But as helpful as Zion's efforts effort is, sorry, it only puts out the connected trails of the fire. The second tree cracks as flames spread across the bark, then the next tree. The smoke is harsh and oppressive, flying right into the back of my nose and filling my lungs with buckets of burning air.
Yeah, that's not good.
Squinting is the only way to see through the pain. I expect my eyes to shrivel up in their sockets.
We need more snow.
If only my eyes weren't so gigantic. Through a fit of pained coughs, I call out to Yellowstone and Zion, hoping the two blurry watercolors in front of me are them. No good. We need to get out ASAP.
Wait, I have an idea.
Save it. If we stay here, we're toast.
Toast and bacon.
The blur that I'm pretty sure is Zion ignores me, turning to the Yellowstone blur instead.
Those are only a few items we offer at Denny's. Yellowstone, you know I love you lots, right?
This is us, like, easing people into the fact that we got a Denny's sponsorship or something. We didn't, don't worry.
Yeah, no.
If we did, though, we would totally sell out.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Love you lots, too. But the fire.
Breakfast food all the time?
Yeah.
I know. Which is why I'm really super sorry for what I'm about to do. Please don't hate me.
Yep, this is their plan.
Mm-hmm.
How could I ever hate my Earth angel?
She's gonna blow her load, and Zion's gonna wing it all into the...
Yeah. Zion raises up her tiny leg and stomps down on Yellowstone's foot. The snapping of branches and crackling of the fire isn't enough to disguise the crunching I hear as Zion digs her heel into Yellowstone's toes.
Just go dump a bucket of water on Yosemite.
Right, yeah. I mean, if she is the...
Would that work?
That would be amazing. There's a broken whine. The pain is delayed. Why? The high-pitched whine cranks up a frequency, growing as sharp and piercing as a fire alarm. I'm losing my mind. A few sniffs and it dissolves into bawling, shrieking straight into my eardrums.
I do it all the time when I...
Oh, Lord.
I just read a sentence, and it's just like...
Yeah, it just all starts to blur together.
Right. Oh, there you go. Read
Wah,
that.
wah, wah.
Waluigi confirmed for NPG.
He's my favorite national park. I go from shielding my eyes from the smoke to covering my ears to drown out the crying. The brain-rattling shriek pierces my skull. Water bubbles from the opening on Yellowstone's head. Yeah, it's not a volcano.
Okay, so she's sad.
Yeah.
Sad makes it explode.
Boiling like a pot on the stove. With the explosive power of a gunshot, a geyser of water shoots out of her head, spraying into the air.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Whoa, what?
Good, you're doing great. Just keep crying. You're ugly.
I'll try.
Your cooking sucks. I slept with your boyfriend.
Pigtails are so 2005. Yellowstone keeps the long-form sobbing going. The water sprinkles down on me, cooling me off in the midst of the hellish heat. Wait, that's it. You just catching on?
Your jacket is stupid.
I hear you loud and clear, kid. I shoot Zion a thumbs up. I have to give it to her. This is a smarter plan than anything I could ever come up with. Like grabbing piles of snow.
I mean, we came up with it. We should be park rangers.
Yeah, we thought of this immediately.
As long as they send us national park waifus, I'm down.
I'm sorry, those don't exist. Well, you better figure it out.
Yeah.
You need our help. Yellowstone, aim for the fire. Okay.
It's
Sobbing.
gonna take a while.
Yeah, sobbing like a child. You're just like punching her in the gut over and over again.
You gotta keep her going. That's why I'm like, keep insulting her.
Sobbing like a child lost in the supermarket, Yellowstone obeys, bowing her head and blasting the geyser at the burning trees. Zion latches onto Yellowstone's waist. Heyo. Guiding
Guiding the water.
guiding the rush of water to the flames. Reminds me of a firefighter aiming a fire hose. The swaying red and orange shrinks as the water splashes down on it. Bit by bit, the fire dies down. Smoke, lighter than the gray plumes that choked the air only seconds ago, blankets the clearing with the layer of mist.
Squirtly enough for the Squirtle Squad.
She kind of sounded like a Squirtle there, too.
Yeah.
The roaring of the flames quiets into the snaps and pops of a campfire, until all I hear are Yellowstone's hushed whimpers. Her tears in the geyser have dried up, as simple as twisting off a faucet.
Yeah, it still looks pretty green. We're
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
fine. No harm, no foul. The three of us hack out our lungs, retreating from the smoke so we can get a better look. Is it out? Did we get it all? Yellowstone brushes away the remaining streaks of tears. Looks like it. I scuff the heel of my boot against the dirt just in case there are any stray sparks.
Yellowstone!
Zion tackles Yellowstone's legs, snuggling her face into her jacket.
I'm so proud of you. You did really good out there. You were so boss. Is that still a thing? That's how you say it, right?
Is that what the kids say these days?
I don't know. I'm 4,000 years old.
Hip, cool, and poppin' fresh?
Yeah.
Gee whiz, you really think so? She wraps her arms around Zion and brings her in for a hug. You did pretty swell out there, too. That was some quick thinking.
I've been waiting to just stomp on your foot.
I crack a smile. How can I not? We just stopped this whole section of the park from going up in smoke. Also, these two might be adorable.
I am.
Still, I can't help but shudder at what would have happened if I weren't here. And it's all because of those punks. Another group of careless campers. If it's not painting on rocks, it's hunting without a license. If it's not hunting without a license, it's somehow starting a forest fire in the biting cold of early spring. If it's not somehow starting a forest fire in the biting cold of early spring, it's having sex.
Wouldn't they'd be banished from this park, right?
Oh yeah, they'd be arrested.
Yeah. At the very least.
She just let them leave.
She didn't even get their names.
No.
Dumbass Camper 2.
Look for a guy in a green coat that has burn marks. Yeah. My smile, that small burst of happiness, is short-lived. A glowing sense of duty lights up my guts. As raging as the fire, I start trudging my way out of the clearing.
We'll be hacking up black stuff for the next 5 days.
I'm about to.
Miss Eve!
Thanks for the help, but you two need to get back to the cabin.
You're welcome, bitch!
Where you going? To snuff out another fire before it spreads.
What?
The rage stews inside me, building like a pressure cooker, urge to kill rising. I storm out of the woods. Pup's howls yelp out from the cabin as I pass it.
All right.
Of course this would happen. That confuses me every time you do it. Of course it would. I'm like, what is he doing? I keep forgetting that pup is just a you.
Are we ready? Are we going to Denny's again?
I want a Grand Slamwich now.
Yeah.
How could Jesse think things would actually get better here? Why would I even humor that optimist junk? After all this time, I should know better. I should know how these people operate. I should know every thoughtless bastard tells themselves they aren't the problem, and that one slip-up won't hurt anything. How the old men grumble about permits and feel entitled enough to throw their empty cans of beer into the lake because a sliver of their 6 figures are tossed us, like tossing leftovers to dogs. It's not enough that I'm beholden to the greed and laziness of bureaucrats and the drooling masses. The land has to be too.
All right, while you do this, I'm going to Denny's.
Yeah, go back to emo. I'm going to go get something to eat. Its vivid lushness, airbrushed with greens and yellows, and on those dewy autumn mornings, the brown and orange of harvest. The salt and pepper mountaintops and their rushing waterfalls. From the impenetrable Rockies to the harsh beauty of the Badlands, to the sparkling shores of the Pacific and the Atlantic. Let freedom
ocean.
ring.
Yeah, from the ocean to the prairie. To the mountains, white with snow.
It's just another resource to explore, to profit off of, to enjoy then abandon. If that's how it's going to be, if that's the world we've built, let me be the first to try and knock it down. Time to take over the world. There are tents here now.
My reign begins now.
You like fire? She starts like burning them alive.
I'm going to harness the power of my national park girls.
That'd be awesome. They form a super villain group.
Yeah.
When I get to the camp, the Brat Pack is huddled in front of a tent. It shakes and blows with the wind, held down only by the stakes driven into the ground.
She just sets the tent on fire and walks away.
How do you like
Oops,
it?
I missed a spot.
They drilled stakes into the ground. Does that mean Yosemite's laying on the ground with a bunch of puncture holes in
Yeah,
her?
she like feels like a mosquito bite.
They speak in anxious whispers, unaware of my presence. The kid in the green jacket puffs away on a cigarette, combing his fingers through his messy hair.
Didn't you learn the first time?
What the hell? Get a vape, loser! His girlfriend is the first to see me charging over. She mumbles his name, but by the time he notices me, I'm already up in his dumb face.
Dumbass.
I nab him by the collar and yank him from the safety of his group. I twist his shirt so my knuckles press against his neck.
She's coming.
I've met a lot of idiots on this job, but you must be a real protege. Like the splitting of the Red Sea, his friends clear a path around him.
What's that?
Take it easy, lady.
This is assault. Oh my god, do you know how unethical this is? Yeah, almost as bad as arson. Want to report it?
Oh!
Oh, 4 is a girl, apparently. That shuts her up.
Oh.
I'm not going to lose any sleep because I dangled my slice of authority over these idiots. Not now.
3 and 4 are female.
I think 1 and 4.
Really?
Yeah, because his girlfriend is no number.
Oh. Okay.
It's very confusing.
It is.
Just fucking put pictures with them. God! What was rattling in that skull of yours, huh? You a firebug? Is this what gets you off, or are you just stupid? This moron with his ironed-out, wrinkleless brain can only find it in himself to stutter as he shakes a pack of cigarettes bounce around in his breast pocket. That's what I thought. I tug him closer. He swallows, his Adam's apple brushing against my fist. I give him a kiss.
You had me at protege.
Listen here, you little shit. Finally, he breaks
Kick his
out
ass.
of his catatonic state and struggles to pull away. This just pisses me off more. See, this isn't even me cursing in the first minute.
Yeah. Can't help it. The game did it.
I snatch the lit cigarette from his mouth and crumple it up in my hand. I said, listen!
His girlfriend would be like shoving her off. There'd be like
Oh, yeah,
big
there'd be
cat
hair
fight right now.
pulling. Yeah. The cigarette singes my palm. I hardly feel it thanks to the adrenaline. Maybe this is what finally puts the fear of me into him because he gasps audibly. The last of the smoke wisps out of his mouth. She's fireproof, oh god! Do you know how sick I am of this? How often I have to sit by and watch people like you destroy good things? Does it even register? Is it some kind of game? Yes. My throat clenches and my eyes sting with tears. I blink it away, but my unclouded vision only shows my fist clenching his shirt. There's an awkward silence as his friends glance away. Even he starts to wince, but I only grip tighter.
Oh god, we're in a game?
Matrix! What gives you the right to burn the last few pieces of dignity this scared husk of rock has left? Scarred. Sorry.
It is a little scared.
Yeah.
Yosemite.
I know her.
Yeah.
To raise any proof that we were once humble enough to live and breathe and die with the world we get dropped into, before we got so tied up with ourselves we felt this urge to make a distinction?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're going way over my head right now. His eyes swoop up above me and linger there. Answer me!
Boobs.
Tell me I'm not just a bandage for your arrogance.
I was just trying to start a campfire with a goddamn cigarette, okay?
See, I thought Dumbass Camper 2 was the one you grabbed. I don't think they're keeping track of who is who. He's number 1 now because he's the one in front of you.
Well, I mean, that could have been his girlfriend saying that she...
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
A bird calls. For a moment, all I hear is the wind. Tears fall absent-mindedly from my cheeks. A campfire with a cigarette. 4 years of pent-up anger, forgotten passion, frustration, and confusion. It all comes rocketing out of me as I swing my fist at his face.
Oh,
A hand
shit.
grips my arm before I can connect. Superman!
That's enough, Eve.
I spin around, seething with fury. Yosemite stares down at me, a little worse for wear, but tall and straight like a sequoia. She towers over the campers. They look like shrubs in comparison.
She just punches him in the face.
Let me!
You've already chewed them out. They were just about to leave anyway.
Her voice is stern and certain. She scans the group of campers, her steely gaze punctuated by the residue of sweat that sticks to her cheeks. Yeah, you chewed them out, but, I mean, they set fire to a national park.
Right. Yeah,
They need a little more than a slap on the wrist. Yeah. They each give an affirming nod. The kid in the green jacket wiggles out of my death grip, and the whole lot of them scramble further into the camp. Why the hell would you do that? They're just gonna I white out. Oh.
Oh, okay.
She envelops...
She stabs me in the back.
Yeah. Oh, God. She envelops her arms around me, then pulls me in for a hug. My hat blows off. It's the rainbow, like, symbolism.
Lens flare of convenience.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
What? Her voice is a whisper that caresses my ear.
You've done enough, at least for today.
I've done enough? I hear that and go limp. Over her shoulder in the thick of the woods, I can see the cabin, nestled under the pines like a forgotten paradise. The citrus smell of lemongrass sticks to Yosemite's jacket. Her skin, while no longer feverish, is warm like an embrace from a blanket. The image of the cabin blurs as my breath shakes. For the first time in maybe 4 years, the tears aren't angry, or frustrated, or confused. Only sad.
Don't be sad.
I can finally let them be
I
sad.
said don't be sad.
I just wanted to protect what I love.
You love me?
As a sister.
I mean, I love the land. I mean, I guess you are the land.
Yeah.
This is confusing. I don't like this.
I love the lay of your land. Yosemite gasps as if her breath has been sucked away. She pushes my head down, pressing it against her shoulder as she strokes my hair. I cry into her jacket, the tears dampening the hide and leather.
You're a fool.
She chuckles, and I can hear the soft grin in her voice.
But maybe we need more fools.
The tears keep coming, so much I think I might choke on them. With each breath I draw and every sob I take, my throat gets tighter. Maybe it's trying to wring it all out after all this time. To be commended like that means more to me than approval, or a pat on the back from Jesse. It's validation. It's acknowledgement. That even if what I'm doing is meaningless, I've still devoted myself to it and suffered. And maybe that suffering isn't entirely worthless after all.
Yay!
The end. And as Yosemite holds me, while the wind howls through the branches and the larks whistle above us, I start to think maybe it's worth it to hold on and suffer for just a bit longer.
This might be the end.
No way.
Tree hugger. You hugged a tree.
Yeah, I don't think it's over yet.
I don't remember her voice at all.
She's just bubbly. She's Misha.
Yeah.
Just listening to all that gives me a headache. How on earth did you find so much trouble on your first date?
You left me here. Jesse's voice pops with static over the headphones. I turn from the radio and back to the girls. Yellowstone dusts the corners, inspecting for even the tiniest speck. Zion rubs Pup's pink potbelly in front of the roaring fireplace.
Oh, God, yeah.
Why would you have a fireplace going right now? Yosemite jots down notes on whatever scrap of paper she can find on a table littered with them. I guess I just have a penchant for it.
Actually, I think she was, like, more sultry. I'm pretty sure I just, like, gave her voice to Yosemite for the most part.
Yeah, they swap
Whatever.
around a lot.
But still, to just stumble on a fire like that.
She says it with a phony curiosity that seesaws with genuine concern. She suspects something, and she's trying to goad it out of me. As sly as ever, Jesse.
I mean, I can see how much of the forest is burnt. For you to put that all out by yourself is unbelievable.
Pretty much impossible.
Well, in any case, I'm just happy you're safe. We got awfully lucky with this one.
Yeah, luck. With all this wind, you better believe we did. Could have been even bigger pain in the neck.
A pain in the neck is still a pain in the neck, Eve. It's still going to be sore when you're hunched over all that paperwork. Ah ha ha, I'm not doing it.
Ha 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 ha, vampires. The first few sentences are so layered with subtext. I'm not sure where my exhaustion for having to write it ends and Jesse's lament for having to read it begins. Yeah, I'll see if I can get around to that.
You have to, or you're fired.
It's your job!
You'll have it for me the next time I visit. Maybe if you're nice to them, someone at the other station will transcribe it for you.
Sunshine beams through her sadistic voice. I can feel the hand cramps already.
But Eve...
The mood turns serious.
Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me?
Not a thing.
Okay then.
I know about the National Park girls.
Yeah.
She moves on from it, though I'm not entirely sure she's convinced.
She's Nick Fury.
In that case, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and the day after that. And the day after that.
Not clingy much? You really don't have to.
Until I get that paperwork. Oh, but I want to.
I smell a love triangle. Over and out, Jesse. She giggles.
Hee. Over and out, Eve. Ernie, get your grubby hands off my trail mix, you stupid fat ass.
That's what she calls it, her trail mix,
Yeah.
quote unquote. The radio cuts out into static, leaving my ruptured eardrums to recover on their own. I set the headphones aside and turned to see everyone but Yosemite looking at me. I knew it all along. You're just a soft-serve softy.
With a cherry on top.
Yosemite flips the paper over and scoffs.
The pitted kind, maybe. Careful, if you bite down, she'll crack your teeth.
Hardy har. I join her at the table and collapse into my chair. Zip it, or next time I'll let you actually burst into flames.
It was just a fever. I would have been fine, eventually. I mean, I don't think that's how it works.
Like that makes any sense. What if there's an actual campfire, or lightning strikes a tree? What happens then, huh?
What did I tell you about linear thinking? If this truce is going to continue, you're going to need to expand to the abstract.
You trying to get me to drop acid with you? Your existence is plenty enough abstract for me already. Yosemite pauses over her work.
There's plenty of mushrooms outside. They're somewhere around my shoulder, which I think it's right over there.
It's actually my foot fungus. She looks up and smirks. I smirk back. Who knows? It might be fun to have someone around to spar with. At the very least, she's more engaging than any camper I've ever torn apart. This girl bites back.
A little bit.
Just nibbles. All right, everyone, listen up. Yellowstone and Zion stiff into attention. Pup rolls over onto his pup butt. This does seem like an ending.
Yeah. What?
If you're bunking here, I want this place to stay immaculate. Last thing I want to deal with after clocking out is a pigsty. You're all my slaves now.
Yellowstone will handle it. She can start cooking for one more, too.
I'm
pregnant.
What's in your mouth? Get that out of your mouth. Damn kids always picking stuff up and sticking it in their mouth.
I found this in a dumbass camper's pocket.
That's so mean, guys. How can you just sail me up the river like that?
Oh, that reminds me. What are you going to do with those campers, Miss Eve?
I've already killed them. Flip their lids?
Make them apologize?
Take them out back?
Shoot them in the face? Have them pinky swear not to do it again?
Anything but that. None of the above. I'm letting them off the hook. If I'm lucky, they'll get picked off by a killer in the woods. Otherwise, everybody gets one free pass.
Whoa, man, I'm flying!
Both look shocked, but after glancing at each other, they shrug. Pups trots over and curls up at my feet.
Now that's funny.
What is it this time?
Scratch my belly.
For someone who doesn't care, you sure have put a lot of energy into it. The end.
Yep. Hey!
We did it.
All right.
Sweet.
It really
National
did
Park.
seem like it was like wrapping up the first
Yeah,
episode.
Cabin fever.
All right. So that was pretty quick and painless.
Thanks, Scion Santeria.
And Satchley.
That's like a cool name.
It is.
I wonder if that's their real name.
And Murina.
I doubt that's their real name.
Badriel.
That sounds like an enemy on like Devil May Cry or something.
Triple Distress and Top
Top
Hat.
Hat. Toppy Topperson. Putauto. Sarah Essel Fortui. What? It's too long for a nickname.
That's a music name. Well, this was fun.
Yeah. That was a nice little break from Katawa.
Yeah, now let's play more Katawa.
Oh, of course.
For all the Katawa peeps. And ourselves.
Of course, the ones who actually stuck around and didn't bail when we stopped playing Katawa for like a month.
Yin Yang voices.
Actually, I think everybody.
John Wesley. Go!
Cast
New from Niantic.
the cast.
Oh, right, they had actual voices.
Yeah.
They're
I
probably
just
way better
turned
at it
them
than we
all off.
were.
Oh, I'm sure, but that kind of defeats. What are we going to just sit here and listen to it?
Yes.
Yeah, Zion, dumbass camper girl. Yeah, if they would have named them girl, we
Right,
maybe would have
yeah.
voiced them better.
Pussy, yeah, okay.
Pup was Zion. The director was Pup.
Take these broken wings to fly again. So, we should like actually see what they sound like and see if we were even remotely close.
Okay.
That'd be pretty fun.
How much time do we got left in this episode?
Oh, I mean, it's done. But...
Okay, well, hang on. Special thanks, National Park Service, blah, blah, blah. This is probably almost
Oh,
over.
actually, no, it's not. It's kind of a short, it's
Yeah,
like
well,
spot
we'll go
on.
back and
Yeah.
I'll just quick skip through. Any
Someone's singing right
resemblance
now.
to actual events or locales or persons living or dead is entirely coincidental.
Aw.
That's not coincidental.
So
Your
they're-
characters are modeled after locales, like real locales. That's not coincidence.
They are only kind of fiction.
I mean, the girls themselves aren't real,
Right.
but the places you are at are real places.
Ruining my dreams. Now I don't want to become a park ranger.
I'm sorry, none of your waifus are real, and if they were real, they wouldn't want to date you.
One of them does.
Why you gonna kick me when I'm down?
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, it's you.
Howdy-o, campers, and welcome to me and Zion's first fireside chat.
All
What
right,
is this,
we're going-
like Sonic Says?
We're going back to the JFK days.
Hello, it's very nice to be here.
Today we're going to do our gal Eve proud and talk about the history of the National Park Service.
If somebody tries to touch you in a way that you don't like,
Find an adult!
that's no good. Before Yosemite finds out we took her books, I hope.
Oh my god, I have to learn things now? Oh, don't be square, cutie, we got this. It all started back in the 10th century when Leif Erikson...
Ugh, that's a little too far back, Yellowstone.
Yeah, it was...
I don't want to
It
learn
was Teddy
stuff.
Roosevelt, wasn't it? Oh, Columbus and his pilgrims then.
I don't think that's quite right either. It's a good guess, though.
The
Oh, wait, did I just read yours? Or
no, I
The
don't think
National
so.
Park Service actually has its roots in the years following the
I'm pretty sure that's Yellowstone reading that.
Yeah, her mouth's open.
founding of the United States.
That was really confusing.
I guess I know everything now. In 1790, after getting permission from Congress, President George Washington obtained the land near the Potomac River to build a new capital city.
This is definitely Yellowstone.
I don't think so. I think it is supposed to be
All
Zion.
right.
The city was named Washington, D.C., and the plan was for it to have a lot of really pretty parks and monuments.
But that all went to shit. Like the Lincoln Memorial?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
A little too soon, but yeah, you're on the right track. These places were called the National Capital Parks, and they laid really important groundwork.
Whoa, so the Park Service is old as dirt, huh?
Not really. There's still a ways to go before the actual Park Service. What happened? What happened? I thought you read the book.
I did, but without pictures, all those words just make me so drowsy.
Oh. Well, I guess I can explain, if that's okay.
Oh god, how long is this?
It's probably
Knock
like
our
really,
socks
really
off.
long.
I'll try.
Everybody in for the long haul? This episode's gonna be long 'cause
Yeah,
we're
strap
learning
in.
things.
For a long time, most parks were run by different groups. No one really thought about preserving land until people started looking to settle in the West.
I remember what happens now. Whole bunch of hippies got misty-eyed and started thinking about how they could keep the land from getting stomped on.
No, that was Woodstock.
Those are called Native Americans, you racist!
One of whom was...
George
Yeah,
Harrison?
nailed it. No.
Catlin! George Catlin! Woo!
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, good job, Yellowstone. George Catlin was an artist and writer. He lived with Native Americans and was one of the first outside of their tribes to paint Plains Indians in their day-to-day lives.
While he was kicking back in South Dakota, he realized we'd be in a lot of trouble unless humans put their heads together.
Not unless,
By some great protecting policy of government in a magnificent park, a nation's park containing man and beast in all the wilderness and freshness of their nature's beauty.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke! That
Son
was
of
the
a-
craziest thing that's ever happened to
Son of a
me.
bitch. We're almost to my favorite part.
It's my favorite part, too, because in 1861, the United States Congress appointed the geologist Ferdinand Hayden to lead an expedition to Yellowstone's region of Wyoming.
Hey, that's me! That's me!
Yeah, huh? And he thought
No shit.
He thought you were so pretty that when he came back, he asked Congress to make you a national park.
Oh, he should have gone further south if he wanted to find a real cutie.
Oh, he went further south. Anyway, it was in 1872 when President Ulysses Grant finally signed a bill that set aside 2.2 million acres of Yellowstone as a public park. So if you think about it, you're the first national park.
Jiminy Cricket, I'm old as dirt.
She's the oldest.
The Antiquities Act of 1906 made it possible to protect more areas as parks and monuments, but they were run by different departments. It was confusing. So on August 25th, 1916, the National Park Service was founded.
Ah, yes, the best holiday after Arbor and Earth Day.
It would take a while before it got the power it has today.
Executive Order 6166.
Oh, God! Yay,
Kill all the Jedi.
You remembered again. From then on, everything was under strict control by the Department of the Interior.
And they've been yanking our chain and screwing us over ever since.
Damn straight. You sound like Miss Eve. It's scary.
That's 'cause I heard her grumble something about it earlier. She talks some mean jive, let me tell you.
Yellowstone, why aren't my books arranged alphabetically?
The jig's up, run! Well, would you look at that? We're all out of time. Catch you next time, campers, and remember to love our parks.
A little rough sometimes.
In a
Bye-bye.
consenting way.
Yes. Oh, great.
Oh my god, okay. Real quick before this episode ends.
That was kind of amazing. All right, I guess we'll have to like turn the TV
Yeah, we're gonna
up
have to turn
so
our
we can
TV
hear
so
it.
we yeah. All right, let's just load so we can hear everybody's voice. We'll
Yeah,
just load this last
sure.
2 episodes ago or whatever.
Drunk already, kids? Well, you don't narrator.
You don't get a narrator? That's stupid.
I don't know.
Friends of yours?
Oh, yep,
Oh.
there they are.
God, no.
We're not even close.
No.
They're on the job where I don't have to deal with those hellspawn. Tracking their carbon footprint in here is a day well spent.
That's not how I would have pictured her sounding
No.
at all.
That's what I thought.
I mean, she's kind of sultry.
She seems kind of normal, or
Yeah.
like what we got, yeah.
But I was wrong
So we
about
kind of skip forward to
Okay, let's find.
Last-
Yellowstone and
the only No. I've You're right.
Mashing. Come on.
oh. Scroll back.
A fever?
A fire.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
I'm a
I mean,
little
it's
too
not as
high-pitched.
high-pitched, yeah.
Don't move. You'll make it worse.
Yeah, she doesn't have a southern drawl.
Nope.
I mean, I didn't think she actually would. Ooh.
Hey, I was actually pretty close on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was playing something out in my head.
Oh yeah, okay. Letting out a pain groan.
Yeah.
Now, it seems like she should be southern sounding though.
Not good.
Yeah, the way her text is written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How far is it?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I just do it a little too high pitched, I guess,
Right.
but whatever.
Get her to the couch.
I want to hear
whatever-
Yellowstone one more time.
We can.
Oh geez,
Talk
she's
for longer.
high-pitched.
Yeah.
Put it out! Put it out!
Yeah, that's what I
I
helped.
when I can. Now stay back and quit crying.
That's actually pretty awesome.
What, that their voice?
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing alone, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like if I was playing this alone, I wouldn't sit there and talk to myself.
Yeah. Well, maybe a little. I think our voice for Yellowstone is better than what they have.
Thank you.
Because it just fit perfectly.
Yeah.
The southern flair.
She
and
just,
everything.
yeah, she seemed like she needed to have that twang. All right, well,
That was fun. That was fun
That was
times
fun.
had by all. We'll see you guys for episode 2, probably, I would assume.
yeah, well, I mean, we'll see most of them in Kadowa next, but we will come back to this
Well,
when
right.
episode 2 releases.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll release while we're doing Ren's route,
Oh, I'm sure.
and then we can do that one, and then we'll do Lily's route, and then we'll finish out NPG.
Hooray!